out to Raspy Screams on TikTok for
Raspy Screams.
consistently viewing all of our teasers and highlights and being very invested. Raspy? I don't know if their screams are raspy.
That's nice.
I don't want to make them scream in real life. That seems rude.
Hit us up. Let us know Raspy Screams.
Yeah, shut up.
Scream out.
Screams.
I believe where we last left off is you were headed back to the Winky Weasels to learn where the bees are kept. I think that was the most immediate plan. But yeah, there's this scholar missing, captured by Mayflane. You want to get to the temple, you're probably gonna have to find him.
Do we really have zero info on where this guy is, /Mayflane is, /where...
Mr. Bravo said last time, go deep into the forest and you should be able to find them. Which means...
Or more likely...
It was something vague. It was something very cryptic.
Oh, that they might find you.
Yeah.
Well, but he sort of was pushing you not to go into the forest.
Very much,
because he was trying to make explicitly clear that while their organization may have started, like harassing loggers and kidnapping nobles on hunting trips, they are now very, very dangerous. So he was trying to tell you not to go. And in fact, that the Temple of Cairnus was in most likelihood a myth.
Sure.
And we said...
We're in the business of chasing those.
He said, but I got this thing in my quest log, so it has to be real.
I gotta make the notification go away. I gotta see this again, because I can't stand it.
It's gonna drive me nuts.
Yeah. I gotta collect it. There's a certain shield that you can only get from the guards right around there.
That's where we left off. So, you are traversing the many trees of Malnor. The time is yours.
I believe we will go back to the weasel.
Yeah, we're on our way back to the weasel. Yeah.
I recognize that Mr. Bravo has given us a decision. But given that it's a somewhat cowardly decision, we are electing to ignore it. Is that true?
Oh, yes.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily cowardly. I mean, he doesn't want to go out there himself.
You're right,
and
that was a poor choice of words on my part.
Not everyone is suited to this sort of thing as we are.
Back to the weasel.
You do. You navigating your way. It's sort of navigating through the city is kind of like making your way through a hedge maze. But as you keep going back and forth between its many
the hedge
estates, you're starting to get sort of an idea of how to navigate and where you are at any given moment. But you do manage to find your way back to the Winking Weasel. Making your way inside, you have to stop a bit as you let the coat rack, which is a tortoise, cross its way in front of the door. But once it is finished passing, you are welcome to make your way back in. You see Hyros there, still enjoying his mead. The last that Mamu has in store, unless you can sort of sort out his business with the Great White Grizzly Stag.
Enjoying that, Hyros?
I could scarcely be enjoying anything more right now, to be honest with you. Did you have any success at the lodge, was it? Yes?
Not really.
Well...
Alright, not really. Great.
We've got an errand to run. There is someone who might be able to point us in the correct direction, but unfortunately they've been wrapped up in this Mayflane business, and so we need to go out into the woods anyway for the Great White Grizzly Stag bit, but also now we have to go a bit on a goose chase for this gentleman.
First a Great White Grizzly Stag, now a goose.
Another one.
Well,
Oh my.
What were you going to say?
not literally a goose.
A figurative goose.
This time.
I believe we were going to go looking upon the bees, yes, first.
Will you come with us?
Certainly, at least for the bees. This is important work. I know what you all do is important work as well, for the good of the Republic and such, but this mead needs to continue. People need this mead.
Are you people?
I am among people. I do not wish to be selfish, but I know this brings a great deal of enjoyment and happiness to many people around the, at least in my part of the world.
Good things happened the last time we restored the supply of alcohol to Infant Valley.
Remarkable what it'll do to lift... Oh, wait, let me do that again. Remarkable what some spirits can do to lift your spirits.
I look immediately
outside.
Just face is just dead.
Fantastic.
My father, ladies and gentlemen.
Where you get your way with words from, huh?
It just so many. He's such an inspiration.
Well,
I like to think so.
shall we then?
Yes, I'm ready.
Sure.
I'm pained to leave Mr. Saul's side, but
But
this is for his own sake.
it's
so
to benefit him,
this
yes.
is good to do. So I will accompany you for the sake of the bees.
Where did the coat rack make it to in that time?
Not very far.
Yeah.
But at mention of his name, he sort of parts the curtain leading to the back behind the bar, and stepping his way out again, you again see Muma Saul in his very fine forest green robes, again spreading his arms wide as he comes back out. Well, hello, it's so good to see you again. I hope you're enjoying your time in the city.
We have been enjoying very much the bees so far, and we are interested in crusading to save your bees.
I would be most grateful, but you're sure you're capable? I imagine fighting a foe so dangerous as the great white grizzly stag is no small effort.
I think we'll manage.
If it is for the mead, for you, Mr. Saul.
Well, I can't even begin to encompass my gratitude. Very well. If you intend to set off towards the hives, I think I can help you find your way there at the very least, even if I can't help you fight the great white grizzly stag.
Please say it more often.
And he sort of lifts up one of his arms, his forest green robe dangling off of his wrist, and he reaches a hand deep inside the robe and pulls out what looks like to be a small rock, placing it on the counter. Immediately, 4 little legs and a head pokes up out of it. It's this tiny little turtle. This young fella should be able to guide you there.
I was going to ask if he reached in any deeper than it seemed like he should reasonably be able to into the sleeves, as if they could possibly be holding something. But
Bagulously?
the fact that he pulled a living thing out of it kind of pokes a hole in that.
You never know.
It could be a
A
construct
bag of turtle holding, you never know. These
Oh,
things
right.
happen.
Okay.
or spirit.
Or it could be a pocket dimension.
If you please.
To the turtle realm.
To the the turtle realm.
To the backyard.
To the turtle. If you please then, sir.
The turtle just kind of like wiggles its head slowly around at you, staring up with its big black eyes. And then Muma leans down and says, Shoulder, if you would be so kind as to lead these new friends of ours to the honeycombs. And he kind of swivels his head around and gives a little nod and pulls his little arms and legs back into his shell, tucks his head back in, and immediately begins rolling off the countertop, bouncing merrily a few times as he hits the floor and begins immediately rolling out the door.
I've
We're
had
going to need to
shelter.
follow that turtle.
I've had shelter for 15 seconds, and if anything happened to him, I'd burn everything in this forest down and then myself.
He's like a meatball.
If I start, do I need to book it after shelter, or is this
He's
like
he's moving.
Let's go.
Oh, okay.
He's rolling.
Book it.
Good luck.
Shelter, use rollout.
Oh, and please do bear in mind, though he's disrupted by business, I certainly wish no harm to the great white grizzly stag. He's as much a part of this world as any of us.
We'll keep that in mind.
So it shall be.
So you make your way out. You immediately see Shelder again. He's just sort of like spinning and rolling off down the street, and you all follow suit. Eventually, he makes his way sort of off the, for lack of a better term, beaten track. And pretty soon you are again into the thick forest. However, with Shelder as your guide and Kashek being able to navigate you through the thick undertow, you make good speed on what otherwise would be a very long and arduous trip through the dense forest.
Neat.
After maybe two
Up there.
hours of making your way through the forest, Shelder, very impressively, keeping up the exact same pace the whole time. He is one roly-poly boy.
Yeah.
You eventually begin to hear the unmistakable sounds of bees. Buzzing and buzzing and buzzing.
Oh, hell yeah.
And coming to a bit of an opening in the trees, you see, coming up out of the ground, what look like these huge mounds making their way right up out of the ground, seemingly grown from the very earth on which they stand. And they're sort of like a porous, mossy material covered in tiny little holes which the bees are buzzing around and crawling in and out of. Many of the hives seem very much intact as you move your way into this clearing, and there are quite a number of them. You count up to a dozen of them here, though you have noticed some of these earthen mounds that the bees are buzzing around have been towards the sort of back end of this grove here, seemingly have been torn asunder and laid bare. You can see, as you look them over, the intricate, interconnected tunnels that the bees have made through these sort of mossy mounds, presumably that Uma grew to house them. But otherwise, you don't see anything else in this forest except for these, at the back, what seems to be these two birch trees coming up out of the ground towards the back, but otherwise everything is quiet here.
I just had a thought. I don't think it occurred to me until I saw those chaps over there, and I point at like the ruined ones. I've sort of been thinking of a great white grizzly stag as like a great white stag that is somewhat grizzled, but it occurs to me that we might also want to be thinking of a great white bear with horns on it.
That was my thought.
Welcome to the...
Oh, okay, well.
That might have just been you, dude.
Certainly you mean grizzly bear.
No, I'm
No,
thinking
no.
platypus bear.
I was on the same page as you.
Oh, okay.
Well, just
Sorry.
what likes honey is bears.
That's
I
kind of...
thought that a great white grizzly stag might not have the same
Predilections.
as other stags. I don't know.
Speaking of which,
See lickings.
can I walk up to one of the hives?
Sure.
Have you ever
Can
seen
I
a
stick
stag
the
go
end
to
of my
town on a
staff
salt
in,
lick?
like gently?
Sure.
They like licking.
Can I
Yeah,
go around?
For what purpose?
Maybe not for a great
Sticky.
white.
Oh, you're trying to get some honey?
Yes.
He said sticky.
My name is Keisha. I'm Sticky.
The bees are, they're all still here at their hives.
Gently.
Okay, give me an either sleight of hand or handle animal.
Thank God.
Sleight of animal.
Animal of
Sland
hand.
25.
25. Okay, so you approach one of the hives, but, well, I don't know if you have much experience with bees per se, but you generally, you know animals.
Does-
I've
bees.
certainly been around hive insects.
Mhm,
They
sure.
may not be honeybees
Sure.
per se, but...
So you know generally how to approach in an unthreatening manner, in a
Yes.
way so as not to startle the bees.
Yes.
And yeah, you manage to get your staff in there, wriggle around a little bit, and you pull it out, and the end of it emerges as like a wonderful lollipop covered in sweet, delicious amber honey.
Ew, is that like bird
Yeah.
It's
tongue?
all
Where they're
bird
just-
tongue.
Weirdly long and
Pointy.
seeming moving on its own tongue.
It is delicious. Very fresh, right from the hive. You rarely get it this good.
You alright?
It is quite good.
God damn it.
Pace yourself. God.
Did that provide you any insights, Master Kashek?
The beer must be good. Or meat, I mean.
It is.
Can I have a closer look at these two birch trees?
Sure.
Take a closer look at those two birch trees.
Yeah, so you make your way through the hives. Let's say there are a dozen of them, so we'll say it's 3 rows of 4.
Mm-hmm.
You make your way between them towards the back of the little grove
The
here.
orderly.
Yeah. What do you mean? Wait, what orderly by? How do you mean?
These 12 birch trees, approximately.
No, the mounds.
There's 12 hives.
Ah.
There's just 2 birch trees.
Oh.
We are well. We are well.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine. I don't trust too many birch trees in one area.
I didn't know if we had like a thing going on.
Like what?
Yeah, like someone's left us a sign.
Like start planting birch trees
12 exactly.
decades earlier.
Never-
I don't like those birch trees. Thinking about things.
I don't trust them.
Even 2 of them
Just together like that?
Yeah.
Suspicious. You walk between 2 trees of a kind, that's a portal.
That was my
I'm
thinking.
sorry.
Is I'm like,
Well-
I don't like that.
Yes, so you walk over to the birch trees, stepping over to them. What would you like to do?
Does it seem as though they are here for any particular reason?
Do they have plans, these birch trees?
Insight check.
Are they on a weekend trip or is it just a timeshare?
We're new in
So when
town.
you say if they're here for any reason,
Like, does it look like they're here to like demarcate the end of his grove, or?
okay, all right. Give me.
Insight.
If I
You
may,
know, what else would it be?
if I may just proffer, meh.
Oh yeah, sorry.
We're getting into goat territory.
Yeah.
Are you looking at them from afar or stepping up to them to
stepping
investigate?
up to them to
Okay, yeah.
investigate?
Give me a give me an insight check. Just
This is not going to end up being Goatgate 2K17.
No, he's got a point.
Just like
no.
That's a natural 20 for a
But total of.
27.
There you go.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Okay. So you step up to these two birch trees here at the end of the grove.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't take very long. Looking over them as you are, it does not take you long to infer that these are not in fact birch trees.
Suddenly I'm not so crazy.
Oh shit.
The DM thought that was going to take way longer.
Well, the DM should not have gone out of his way to describe that they were there if he didn't want
What
me
else am I gonna do?
Yeah, no,
criticism.
it was great. It was
It just
perfect.
happens.
No, things happen as they do. As you walk up to them and inspect them, maybe even laying a hand against one,
Oh god.
instead of feeling the sort of rough surface of, the sort of oily, rough surface of birch bark, they are completely smooth, as if made of horn.
Uh-oh.
The earth beneath you begins to rumble, and Mr. Seren, I
What?
need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Guys, I think I might have found the stag.
What is that
I
sound?
think possibly
happening?
the stag.
Oh dear.
Dex save throw?
Yes, dexterity saving throw.
Oh man, math. 24.
So you begin to feel the earth beneath your feet start to churn and immediately like just backflip out of there. Before the earth beneath your feet erupts all around you. The birch trees shooting up into the air, revealing themselves to be the massive horns of a creature the likes of which you have never seen before. Its head is ursine in nature, except for the massive, what look like birch trees but are in fact massive horns. Its body is that of a stag. Massive, plodding hooves as it crawls its way up out of its earthen nest, its back feet unmistakably the claws of a grizzly bear. It's 20 feet tall at the shoulder as it rounds its eyes on all of you and gives a monstrous I need all of you to roll initiative.
Kashet, can you talk to it?
Yes.
Kashet, could you talk to it?
Well, forgive me for thinking Trevor was just gonna drop the thing from Princess
goddammit.
Mononoke into his homebrew world.
Okay, initiatives please. Hyros.
Hyros got a nat 20 for a total of 22.
Yeah, dude. That's your
22.
dad.
Seren.
12.
Surrie.
10.
Alcyone.
18?
And Pshek.
21.
Excellent.
I have to think of two things.
And the great white grizzly stag. Oh, rough. Okay.
Is that what he sounds like?
There it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
there it
okay.
is. There's the one.
That's what bears sound like.
With that,
Speaking
the
of
great
Robin from
white
Fire Emblem.
grizzly stag is going first.
That's what I figured.
Okay, cool.
So he's climbing up out of his den beneath the earth, shaking clods of dirt and earth from his shoulders and sides. You can't help but notice that even with the sort of waterfalls of dirt falling off of his shoulder, it's caked to one side, and you see some deep maroon color interspersed with the red. It seems he already has a pretty sizable wound to one side. But he has rage in his eyes as he moves forward to you, Seren, and is going to lower his great tree-like horns and throw them at you with reckless abandon.
No, sir.
Here he comes.
That's no good.
That is going to... Yeah, that's going to hit. That's going to be a 26.
Yeah.
So it's like two trees zooming through the air and connecting with you. You have to like throw your arms and torso in a weird position to avoid getting skewered. But he manages to like catch you under the arm and under the leg. The force slamming into you still connects. You are going to take 19 bludgeoning damage. And I need you to give me a strength saving throw, please.
Okay. Ooh. 23.
That is enough. So he throws his antlers into you and kind of bucks back, trying to toss you through the air and knock you to the ground, but you're able to elegantly maneuver your body so that you land on your feet gracefully. And that is his turn. We are on to Hyros.
All right. Hyros is going to unlimber his good old trusty great axe.
There it is.
Off his
We've
back.
missed him some.
We have so.
Baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand right in front and get his attention as much as possible. Hyros, I'm going to go into as a bonus action, go into a rage.
Okay.
And so for Hyros, that's just sort of like more sort of like a motive focus. He's not a combative person usually, but this is the one time where he's good at fighting is when he's enraged. So, not frothing in the mouth barbarian stuff, just for our listeners, if that's of interest to you.
Yeah.
It's a calm, dadly rage.
It's a calm, dadly rage.
He's not bad, he's just disappointed.
Yes. Protective of the children, but also disappointed.
He's disappointed in the stag for destroying the hives.
But as Hyros enters this rage, you see the faint forms of misty apparitions appear around generally in Hyros' vicinity. I don't know if you feel like
Yeah.
Oh no, I mean that's just nothing distinct at the moment, but almost humanoid-looking shapes of maybe mist or something of that nature. Recklessly, say, "I apologize, big man, but you cannot hurt our friends or these bees."
It's already hurt.
I am sorry, but he just went for the
run
fling.
away.
So big old axe attack. Wow, goodness, that is a 27 to hit.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you imagine? Yeah.
That's a friendly little 21 points of damage in the first one.
Mamma mia. All right.
What if he's just mad because he's hurt?
That's what I mean. What if we try the Disney method of just heal aside?
Heal him.
Yeah, what's the grizzly stag's response to that first swing?
Your first blow.
Yeah.
He again cries out and sort of rears back and looks at you, baring his fangs.
Focus on me, please. Second attack.
No.
Not great. 18?
Yes.
Oh, great. Awesome. Nice.
He's big.
He's very big.
He is big. Yeah, I don't know if he's got magic on his side or whatever the fuck's going on. This guy's... Oh, nice! Another 20 points
Ooh.
of a big old grit axe. Listen, I'm not missing anything. I'm new to this again.
How much damage Hyros did?
Oh, Barb's fucked so hard.
Yeah, he's got a plus 10 to damage while he's raging.
Yeah, right. Sure.
Beautiful.
Sure.
Mwah. Until the start of my next turn, big man has disadvantage on any attack roll, not against me.
Okay.
And if it hits something besides me with an attack, the creature is resistant to damage.
Oh, that's huge. All right, giddy up.
So form up behind, if you will. These,
I'll be back.
I don't know who these are, but they should help.
What?
That is the end of my turn.
That brings us to Kashek.
I don't like that.
Okay. I'm gonna fly 30 feet directly into the air.
Sure.
Bye.
There I go.
Oh, he left.
I'm going to cast Speak with Animals on myself.
Okay.
Great beast. Why is it that you anger?
Give me a persuasion check.
Bodes well.
Oh god.
Oh.
2.
2.
2.
Did you roll that zero?
Okay.
It's a 3 with a -1.
Hey!
Walk down that path with me.
You try to reach out to connect with this creature with your mind.
It's not telepathic.
Okay.
Just for what it's worth, I can speak and understand.
Sure. Okay, great. It roars back, and you just, even with the spell on, it's just, you hear it as a roar, but you interpret it as a scream of rage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can scream.
He seems,
Would you like some weed?
at this point, either too angry or too afraid to speak to you.
Well, it's one or the other.
Try next time!
That's all I asked that you helped.
Maybe
I
both.
tried.
Is Shillelagh a bonus action?
It is.
Yeah, I can cast Shillelagh on my quarterstaff
You sure do.
and lay myself face down in defense position to end my turn.
In the air?
Yeah.
Kusheki boy! Alright, that brings us to Alcyone.
Oh, that's right. I'm also here. I take it that was not a
calm and relaxed response that he was going to throw down his antlers.
I don't believe so.
Great, that's good, that's fine, that's totally fine. So Alcyone is going to scuttle gracefully.
Fuck.
And just go, well, I hope you're feeling tired, my friend. We can put you right back to sleep. And her eyes are going to blacken as eye bite takes hold. And she's going to faint, dark images trace after her fingers. And her tattoo on her lower arm seems to almost shift and move in time. As I'm going to attempt to make it fall asleep with eye bite.
Okay.
So I'm going to need to make a... If it... nope. Yeah. It needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
How wise could a great white grizzly stag be?
Probably... Animals are usually pretty wise.
He's probably really old.
Because wisdom is like instinct.
Which is why we should heal that little boo-boo he's got.
I
At this
agree.
point, it's kind of counterproductive.
So he
We've already
is
damaged
making
further.
a wisdom saving throw.
That is correct.
That's me.
17, which will bring it to a non-nat 20.
Wow. Yeah, no. So Eyebite still is up, but he's not going to sleep. Yeah, well, so I get that you're not sleepy. That makes a whole lot of sense. But what if instead you felt really shocked? And so I'm going to bonus action use
You're bargaining with it?
Yes, bonus action use a word of shock, and I needed to make a Constitution saving throw, which is probably way worse. By that I mean
For you.
it's going to go better for
Oh,
him.
not concentration. That's good to know.
A Constitution check?
Yeah, a Constitution save, please.
Okay.
Yes.
It's another non-nat 20. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's okay. So he is neither asleep nor is he shocked.
That's okay.
So I did. That's good for now.
Well, I've done all I can do.
You're doing great.
Not feeling very poetic back here. Good luck, Dad.
Anything else, Alcyone?
Nope.
Okay, he is going to take a legendary action.
Oh.
So he's going to attack you,
Yep.
Hyros.
Totally fine.
However, he attacks all 3 squares in front of him.
Okay.
So does that still mean disadvantage for Seren?
Is it an attack or are we making a save?
He is attacking
Then that's still with disadvantage. This is not.
to attack Seren, but not to you. Yes,
Yeah.
okay, great.
Yep.
Because he is targeting you, but because he's targeting you specifically, it doesn't make a difference.
Correct. In fact, he'll have advantage against me because I was reckless.
Okay, great. But he will have disadvantage against Seren.
Yep.
Okay, so this first one's going to be Hyros. That's going to be 17?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. You will take
This is with his
horns.
His horns. All right.
Yes.
Get an image.
So that'll be 19
Points
damage.
of damage?
Yeah,
Alright.
piercing damage.
Reduced to 9.
Oh,
Oh,
wow,
yeah.
since I heard that. Yeah.
Strength saving throw, please.
Great. It's a non-nat 20.
Yep, that's fine. Yep, you managed to keep your feet. You can feel he lowers his head and tries to drive his horns to knock you off, but you manage to either grasp some of the branches, for lack of a better
Sure.
word, and kind of digging your heels into the soft earth beneath you, keep yourself up.
Easy there, big man.
So then Seren is also going to strike out at you, but that is with disadvantage.
Indeed.
But that's still a 21.
Uh-huh.
Oh! But you'll have resistance to this damage.
Thanks, Uncle.
Don't thank me, thank blob of mist to my left.
Oh.
That's going to be 21 piercing damage,
half
reduced
your
to 11. 10.
Yeah, round down.
Perfect.
And a strength saving throw, please.
Not very perfect. 6.
Ooh, rough! So he throws his head down and charges forward at the both of you, his antlers so wide that they strike both of you in front of him.
That's fair.
Hyros manages to keep his feet. However, Seren, as he kind of bucks his head back, you are tossed through the air and slammed to the ground. And his head then swivels to you, seizing upon this opportunity, you lying prone. He puts up one of his massive hooves and goes to slam it down on top of you as you lie prone.
Does he still have disadvantage on this?
Well, now it'll be
A straight roll.
It'll be a straight roll. Yes,
Okay.
correct.
You
17.
Does not hit me.
It does not. Okay.
Nice!
So one of his massive hooves rears up and slams down to the ground, but you're able to kind of tuck and roll out of the way as it slams down next to you. Great. That was his reaction. That is going to bring us to Seren.
With his hoof in the ground where it is,
Mm-hmm.
can I try to run up it and climb on top of him?
Sure, you can try.
So it costs half my movement to get up, right, from being prone. So with 25 feet of my movement, can I climb upon him?
Sure, give me an acrobatics check.
Okie dokie.
If they hop all the way to the birdie boiler.
Non-natural 20.
Yes, you manage to sort of scramble up the hoof that he slams down right next to you, and you find yourself atop his shoulder. Though he shakes to try to knock you off as you clamber up, you manage to make your way up atop the mountainous creature.
What is the light situation like in this
It's the
grove?
middle of the day, and it is a forest, but I don't think it quite qualifies as dim.
I figured that would be the case, but you never know. Okay, so with my bonus action, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark upon him. And with my action, I am going to give myself 1d10 plus 3 temporary hit points.
Okay, great.
Tireless.
Yep. So that's 9 temporary hit
Nice to
points,
know.
and Hunter's Mark is on this guy, so I'm just gonna give him a little hat.
Great.
Just a tiny little hat.
Very little.
Excellent. Anything else, Seren?
Nope. With my free action, any possibility, Kashak, that you might want to try the other idea we had before we throw anything else at him?
If you're okay with the idea of making it stronger.
Well, you know, I figure it can't hurt.
It really
Very
can.
much good.
That will bring us to Surrie.
Alright, well, am I attacking it or no?
Well, you don't have a choice.
There's.
I do have a choice.
Do we really want me to use my only 6th level slot to try and heal him back to where he was before we started attacking?
No.
That's all I'm saying.
Fine, I'm attacking him.
Yeah. This is sort of a turn he needs to run.
Matt, oh well, 15.
To hit? No. I'm afraid not.
We can make him go to big boy sleep.
Did you move up to him?
No, I was shooting at him.
Oh, shooting into him. Okay, great. Anything else, Seren? Or sorry, excuse me, I'm sorry.
That's all I can do. It's
No,
all I can
she's
do.
sorry.
That is going to bring us back to him. So you are on top of him. He is going to move forward. Hyros, I need to give you another strength saving throw, please.
Yes, hello there.
My father's standing right there. No.
Damn it.
Oh, nice. Cool. Nat 20 for a total of 29.
29. Great. So you are able to keep your feet, but he's got the many sprongs of his horns are sort of entangled around you. So he actually pushes you back as he moves. But you do not fall prone.
Not the bees.
Yes, the bee. So he crushes this beehive
The bees are
underneath
endangered.
his stomping feet. And then he is going to attack, which will get both of y'all's. So let's do Hyros first. 21.
Yeah.
So that'll be 23 piercing damage.
Okay, reduced to 11.
And a strength saving throw, please.
Yep. Okay.
A lot of those with this guy.
A lot of those. Oh, dear. Kind of a deer. Oh, wait, that's a 7, not a 1. Thank goodness. Well, even so. 17?
Yes, enough. Okay, and then Surrie with disadvantage.
That's me.
That is still going to be a 17. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So
It's an attack, so it does count for uncanny dodge.
so 22 piercing damage.
I will indeed uncanny dodge that.
Sure. Okay. And then I also need you to give me a strength saving throw, please.
Gladly. 13.
Oh, that is not enough. So, sir, you shot an arrow at this thing, and then it just sort of whipped its head around at you, and started to move forward. You can see Hyros trying to hold on to its antlers and push it back, but he just shoves Hyros across the field, trampling one of the beehives.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And strikes out at you, and the antlers all kind of fold around you like tree branches and knock you to the ground, knocking you prone. And then he is going to try to trample you, which is still at disadvantage.
Yep.
No, it's straight
It's a straight roll now, yeah.
It's a straight roll.
It's gonna stop me to death.
Oh, he crits! Oh, no! He is a great white grizzly stag.
I sure should
I
have
can
waited
help a
to
little.
uncanny dodge.
Well, how would you know? How would you know?
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, Jesus H. Christmas. Okay, wait.
He can't kill you outright.
15, 20.
Maybe he could.
The crit's big, baby.
I was being good. I was staying far away from the fight. I was attacking with my ranged weapon.
Fuck me. Dude, okay. Oh, I got it. You take 46 bludgeoning
I'm going to use my reaction
Okay.
to invoke Spirit Shield.
Uh-huh.
So one of the guardian spirits around me is going to intercept a very small part of that damage.
Much nicer than the last spiritual guardians I saw, so...
Oh, these aren't quite that. You will take 11 less than that.
Okay, so
Great.
46.
35.
So 35. Ooh, as its hoof, it rears up
30
one of
feet.
its mighty hooves
Of
and
me.
slams it down on top of you, Surrie, knocking the breath from your body.
It's not going to be
Ouch.
quite as epic if it's just a bear this time.
It's not a bear. great
Okay, that is its
It's
turn.
like-
Back to Hyros.
Oh shit, it's right there.
Oh dear. I'm going to stand right in front of my good Surrie here.
Thanks.
Yeah, so one of the spirits is lingering sort of in front of you, and I'm sort of looking at its incorporeal form. Yeah, you, whatever is going on here, stay there, please. No, don't do that. Not very nice. I must swing at you recklessly again. I apologize, you enormous man. Beast thing. Well, that's a 29 to hit again.
Yep.
So first swing of the axe. Oh, it's cocked. Oh, hey, for honesty, we'll take that.
Yeah.
21 damage again.
Mamma mia. Okay.
And yeah, second attack coming at it, baby. Yeah, I don't want to be doing this either.
We tried!
You are not making this easy. That's a 30.
Yep.
That is a mere 16 points of axe damage.
Okay.
But that is the end of my turn, yes.
Okay. That will bring us to Kashek.
Hey, that's me. Please tell us what's wrong. Please.
Okay. Persuasion with advantage.
I would say you can't roll worse than a 2, but watch me.
With advantage!
Advantageously.
No, but it's a 5, which is a 4.
Okay, advantage.
No!
What was the second one?
This many!
I love negative modifiers.
For you.
So between the 4 and the 0, what happens, DN?
They look at with
You
advantage,
ins-
you take the 4.
You
Oh,
insulted
man.
his mother.
He just looks up at you again and howls at you so loudly that the spittle from his maw flicks against you 30 feet in the air.
Ew. Yeah, I mean, his head's up there, so...
He could probably get you if he wanted to.
Oh, he can.
He could. Yeah,
Not with
he could.
hooves.
I will
Not with the hooves, yes.
move back to
He knocked you to
here,
the ground,
Re-
technically.
maintaining my altitude. So
Yeah.
that's 15 feet of movement. Oh boy.
The great white grizzly stag.
What you got, Kashek?
Do you know if Gias only works on people?
Does it demand an intelligence score or no?
If it can understand me.
Alright. And it
And it
currently.
can.
It must succeed on a wisdom save, so,
But it can understand you, and it is a creature, so
and as long as I don't command it to hurt itself,
you can certainly try.
I'll give it a shot.
Alright.
You tried reasoning with it.
Yeah. This is furthering the trying.
I cast Gias, and a bunch of sand comes out of the skull on my quarterstaff and starts encircling me. I will command the great beast to stand down. It needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. Oh, not that 20. Again.
Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Well, I tried.
No,
You
give us an
tried.
effort.
You tried twice.
I tried
It's a
twice.
great idea.
Yep.
It's a great idea.
Mr. Sunwool told us not to hurt it.
It
but
was a
we
great
have
idea.
to.
It was a great idea. Alcyone.
Uh-huh.
Like, run away once he gets to,
Yeah.
That's kind of my thinking.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and
Maybe target the meaty part that's already exposed.
Oh, no, that feels...
I'm going to try and make it go to sleep again, so please make another wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. This is an eye bite?
Eye bite's still up.
He's
It's
an eye.
concentration for me, so as long as I maintain it, I can keep trying it as an action. Yeah, I was checking to see if there's something like if you're immune to charm, but it has nothing to do with that.
6.
Total.
Yeah.
Hole.
Target falls unconscious.
Yeah.
So you see.
Alcyone with the play of the game here.
So you see,
far.
in its rage, whipping its head back and forth, tearing its hooves into the ground, whipping its horns through the air, it suddenly and its eyes start to get heavy. It's trying to fight it. But it cannot overpower the sleepiness. It's as if hibernation is setting in, and you just see its legs give out from under it, and it just
You okay?
falls to the ground and lays unconscious.
I will stand up.
I'm gonna, I've held on while it fell asleep, hopefully.
So that's Alcyone's turn. So I will keep the initiative up, but since it's the only thing here and it is asleep, we are technically out of combat. What would you like to do?
So this is now 54 seconds.
Oh god.
Although
Yeah, how long does it last?
the spell lasts for a minute, but it goes to sleep and wakes up if it takes any damage, or if another creature uses its action. That's the thing.
Right, does it end... Does the spell ending end the sleep?
There's nothing indicating that is the case.
Does it say fall asleep or fall unconscious?
Unconscious.
What is the spell duration?
The spell duration is 1 minute.
That's tricky, because the spell ends, but it has it is unconscious.
That's a
So is it the
huge call.
spell still concentrating on it that makes it unconscious? Or
No,
is it...
because I could do this to something else.
Sure, okay
if
then.
I wanted to.
Yeah, great. So, great then. It is unconscious, yeah.
Okay. So try not to hurt it or anything right now.
Okay. Is there a time limit on this? What's happening?
I went.
Until it decides to be awake again. It's got at the very least a minute. But
All right. Now that we know the magnitude of the situation, do we want to try to come up with a plan?
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
Can it not
The
be magically
bees.
put unconscious?
No, but
The bees are
the
plugged.
bees.
I was
bees are
wondering
fucking
about
bees are
that.
I was going to wait till the end of the round.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
12 seconds go by. Oh, God.
that's
the
all right.
bees.
That's all right.
Bees!
What if they miss?
The
All
bee.
of them?
Okay, so the thing falls unconscious, and all of you are just standing there for a minute, like, and then.
Oh god.
No!
Can we try to make a plan?
My
You have
friends,
12 seconds.
My
Can I-
friends. Please do not harm us.
I still speak.
Oh,
Pronouns.
speaking to the bees?
It's still up.
Persuasion check.
While that's happening,
Please, God.
While that's happening, we're out of combat, so I don't have to wait for my turn.
Correct.
Can I cast Fairy Fire on Mr. Man while he's asleep?
Yes, let's do this first.
14. They are bees, after all.
They are. Okay. What do you say?
Please do not harm us.
But it sounds like
Or him. Or him.
Or him.
And live. So you see this swarm of bees make its way out of the destroyed hive. As they come out, Kashek, you especially can tell that they are tense. Yes, sir.
If I may, just for flavor,
Yes, please.
can I say that to convey that I actually did a little dance?
Oh my! You don't even need to roll to do a wiggle dance. My love of bees is too mighty to stop you from doing the
He
wiggle
does a
dance.
wiggle dance.
Yeah.
And the bees, which at first were emerging from the destroyed hive aggressively, respond to your wiggly dance. Then just begin to make their way, dispersing to some of the other hives.
Yeah.
Whew, okay.
All right.
Freddy comes in with the clutch spell
Well, that's
every
good.
single time.
That was so
Very
good. Because they were absolutely going to wake it back up. Okay.
All
He
right.
needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Well, he
The gag
fails.
is-
He's unconscious.
He fails.
So he glows with purple energy and is fairy fired
For a minute.
for
Okay.
1 minute.
I don't know.
He's going to explode.
So you have a glowing, unconscious forest spirit in front of you. What would you like to do?
Do we want to try to make a plan?
Do you think
When Calm returns to the grove.
Do you think when he wakes up he's still going to be angry?
Yes.
Yes, because when we first found him, he was asleep. Assumedly.
Yeah.
Can I, as I'm climbing down off of him, gently,
Yeah, give me a as you climb down off of him, because he can sense your. Yeah, give me a acrobatics or a stealth check.
11.
It only
Unconscious.
It's only meant to wake up
Yeah.
if damage.
Unconscious is different than sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. You managed to clamber off of him.
Can I inspect the side that looks wounded already?
Yes.
And can I tell what kind of creature made that wound?
So you make your way over, and it's still, just because of the nature of the wound, it's still sort of like caked with earth because he was underground. But just looking at it, you can tell it's a huge sort of puncture, slashing wound all the way across his side.
Does it look like something else with horns this big had to have made this, or from a weapon?
The wound is very narrow, so you don't think it was anything big that did it.
Is it ragged, or is it like a very clean wound?
It's very clean, so it seems as if it was by a sort of man-made weapon.
Yep, okay.
It does look like a wound, though.
Yes.
Okay.
It looks as if, like a hunting spear driven into the side of a boar or something like that, slashed across.
Something has harmed him already.
Yeah.
That wound is too clean to be from another animal.
So someone has harmed him.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps that's why he's been driven back this far. Is that someone who's taken up residence in his territory is now driving him this way and has hurt him? Perhaps if we go deal with that, he'll be less inclined to come this far.
It's a thought.
That's a good thought, and we don't know how long he'll be out, but if we could sneak quickly away while he's doing this.
I have a question.
Let the poor thing sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Which you may or may not be able to tell me, because it might give me the outcome too soon. So, obviously, for mechanical purposes, all damage is equal.
Mm-hmm.
If I cast heal on this, can I focus it on the wound? And not the ones that Hyros and the others gave him?
I have no problem with that, yeah. If you're, specifically trying to... taking the time to work your magics along this huge gash.
How long did we say that we had?
We don't know.
Okay. What do we think?
I didn't want to hurt it in the first place.
I didn't want to hurt it in the first place either.
I didn't want to, it was just going to.
I know.
None of us wanted to hurt the beast it attacked.
Yeah, that's fine. I think.
Yeah, I'll allow that.
I'm going to cast heal, and I'm going to specifically use as much of it as I can on the wound that it had already sustained. If there's any spillover, it can go to the wounds that we caused it.
Okay, awesome. You do so. Yeah, so what is healing like for you, Kashak?
Yeah, so I dump out some particularly yellow sand into the palm of Kashek's hand, and he starts gently massaging it into the wound.
And as you do so, maybe using your wings to flutter a little bit to reach the top of it and working your way down. You wipe away some of the caked on earth and move your hands, working the sand into the wound, moving down along this huge gnarly gash along its side. And you see the rest of you, the flesh sort of knitting back together as Kashek moves his hand downward. And when you reach the bottom, it does spill over a little bit. And some of the wounds that the rest of you inflicted also
rub them into those.
Knit themselves shut.
We'll say that it's 70 pinches of sand.
So the side still raw, but healed. It just looks as if
it looked, yeah.
Right. It's almost as if time has sped up, and it looks like it's been healing for.
His coworker's going to be like, "Oh shit, what happened?"
Still raw, but definitely like pink skin amidst the fur of the.
I love thinking of the difference between that. Sorry to interrupt, but if druid healing and ranger healing versus cleric healing, I feel like one is divine, it never happened, and one is it's actually healing back together. That's so cool.
Yeah. So it looks well healed.
Great job. Thank you.
Thank you, Kashek.
I suppose we leave him to rest here and hope he doesn't destroy any more hives while he's here.
He's finishing off the honey on the end of his thing.
Well, I'm sure he'll be feeling better once he wakes up, so hopefully.
Yes, but he, might be hungry and destroy hives to eat them.
Well, that was going to happen whether or not we found him here.
I suppose you're right.
So that's going to keep happening until we can return him somewhere else.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Shall we journey farther on?
Yeah, can I first take a look at what this beast den was, in as much?
Where he emerged from the earth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we couldn't see him apart from the
earth looked natural, except from his horns sticking out. Then they just looked. From a distance, they absolutely just looked like trees.
Mm.
Just because Freddy just very politely tried to give me my hat back, I'm going to keep Hunter's Mark on him.
Okay.
So for the next hour, I know where he is. I can track him. I have advantage too.
Good point.
Great. Okay. Yeah, you move over, and it doesn't really look... Moving over to where he emerged from the earth, it doesn't look like a place where he spent a lot of time. It looks like he just kind of dug his way... It's a mess of turned over earth. But it is curious that he was able to get the surface to look undisturbed.
Grass?
Yeah.
That seems like a sort of magic, I would think. Or something.
I'm sure he's got some sort of power at his disposal.
Yes, so perhaps we see if we can track further and maybe look for blood spatters. He must have lost a fair bit on the way to this spot where it came from.
Yeah. May I try to look for blood spatters in the direction of where the, quote, birch trees were?
Yeah. Give me a survival check.
5.
Yeah. You search the undergrowth, looking for a sort of distinctive... You know what this thing's blood looks like now. So that's certainly to an advantage. But you guess that maybe it came here a little while ago. So any signs have been washed away.
I am going to dilate my owl eyes and use predator senses to ritually cast detect magic on both the unconscious creature and his den.
Okay. On the den,
Yeah.
nothing. It's just sort of turned up earth. But on the creature, it vibrates with this aura that is not of arcane nature, but perhaps familiar to you, Kashek. That is very much of the natural world.
Is it of the Great Mirage?
What's that?
It's literally just the colloquial term for the Feywild in the desert.
Trevor's having the kombucha girl face.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Oh man, your manager at Spencer's is going to be so mad at you.
I didn't hurt it.
Oh, that's true.
I tried to make one attack and it missed.
Now you've got to marry it. Or find it a wife.
It is of the Great Mirage.
That'll be easier than the alternative. Oh.
Like the where we were before.
Yes.
Do you think it wants to go back?
Oh.
I am not sure.
We shouldn't hurt it.
No, we don't want to hurt it either.
No, but let's not stand around talking about it
No.
for it to wake up. I think let's try to go further into the woods and see if we stumble upon whatever did this, or if they can stumble upon us.
Sounds good.
Do you think there's a way to get there? Well, that's putting the cart in front of the horse, I suppose.
I think once he can go back to where he came from, he will.
So let's go make sure that's an option for him.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good to me.
So heading kind of deeper into the woods.
Hi, Rose, are you alright?
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Okay. How long does that last for?
An hour.
Okay, good.
What did you get that for?
Warlock.
So if you're heading deeper into the woods, somebody, it can be anybody, give me a survival check.
How would I do that?
Probably.
Yeah, you should definitely do that.
Neither of my character's area of expertise.
Dirty 20.
Right? So moving a bit of ways beyond this sort of grove with the beehives and leaving the bees, at least most of them still merrily intact. Well done, all of you.
Yay!
I imagine that could have gone much worse.
It definitely could have.
Yeah.
That's just how our combats tend to go. Like, either it's disastrous or it works out pretty well.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of in between with us.
No.
So, Kashek, moving deeper into the woods, though you don't see any blood from the creature's wound, moving through the trees, you do pick up, unmistakably, at least the trail of a large animal moving through the trees. That is hard to disguise. Away from this grove, which you can presumably assume was the great white grizzly stag.
The trail moves away. It was coming this way.
Right. Yeah. And though, judging by like what has regrown, like the along the ground is not immediately trampled, so you can guess that maybe it's been at least 2 weeks since it like arrived here. But there's still huge branches torn down and all the signs of a huge animal moving through undergrowth that you can follow. So you have a trail that you can follow. You don't know how far it'll go. Do you want to all proceed?
It's the best thing we have so far, yeah.
Okay. You follow the trail of the great white grizzly stag. Roll me another survival check, please. Whoever is leading the charge.
I hope you're feeling spry, my good friend Kashek.
That was almost a 28.
20. What was it?
12.
I hope you're feeling spry, my good friend Kashek. Watch out. Something with teeth could just bite your neck.
Could you be a little bit sensitive?
Wonderful.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
If you want, you can use that in the next 10 minutes.
Do I have to know the outcome of that survival check before I use
No, you
this?
can roll it.
No, but I'm saying, can I know the outcome before I add it?
No.
No,
no.
that's
12?
That was your roll.
Only you can decide.
What do you want to do, Freddy?
Kashak.
You only have it for 10 minutes.
for the next.
19.
Okay. Thank you. 19. We leave the great white grizzly stag behind and traipse over through the forest, Kashak leading the way through the undergrowth. You travel. And the forest has a funny effect on time. You walk and walk, but you can't tell if it's been an hour, 3 hours, who can say. And Kashak, what is everybody's passive perception? I gotta just write this down.
Yeah.
Eventually. Now let me ask for the last time and just write it down.
Is it?
Alcyone, passive perception.
12.
Surrie, passive perception.
17.
Seren,
17. Same as my wife. Rob just kissed my hand, you guys.
Kashak, please.
19.
I feel like I never take perceptions because I figured someone else
Somebody
would
will
take
have
it.
it.
That's
Yeah.
not like I.
I almost always do.
You make your way through the forest. Shelter has rolled his way back. towards
Oh,
Mountain.
right.
He probably left pretty soon.
By shelter.
Because, a giant monster showed up.
Word, yeah.
So still, just Kashak, you can't shake the feeling that you're being watched. And yet, as you gaze around, nothing seems to be amiss. The forest is as it ever was. Until you walk for an indeterminate amount of time. As you go deeper and deeper into the forest, yes.
Does it feel like the gloom wheeled at all? Sort of, a little, maybe?
No. But do you know what it does feel like?
Please tell me.
As you walk deeper and deeper into the forest and the canopy becomes more and more obscuring.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hate
It
this
feels
answer.
like Barovia.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can't see the sun anymore, and you can't see its position, so you have no idea what time it is. It's still light enough to comfortably see, but it's a weird effect nonetheless. Yeah. You make your way still. It's really, really tough to tell how long you've been walking, but this sensation starts to plague you, Kashak, more and more, and maybe your compatriots start to notice your unease after a while. Or if you're not uneasy, then they don't.
He's not trying to hide it.
Okay.
He's certainly twitchy.
Head on a swivel.
Yeah.
Does anybody talk about anything as you move through the trees?
What's wrong? Is something wrong?
I feel it. Not at ease.
I can see. Is there any particular reason?
Do you not?
It feels. I'm used to this sort of feeling. This is what it's like in Barovia. Or what it was like.
Mm.
The trees pressing in on you.
Yes.
I'm going to try to fly above the canopy.
Okay, sure, you do so. Flapping your way up towards the upper boughs, it sort of starts to look like a thick layer of foliage above you as you make your way deeper and deeper into the forest. But you fly up there, and you probably have to stop once you get to the canopy and kind of maybe climb a little bit. There's not enough room once you get to the foliage to flap your wings. But you climb up and you poke your head up above, and you swivel your owl head around. And in every direction, it's just unbroken treetops.
It just sinks back down.
Yeah.
Going back down to the floor.
Yeah.
The forest floor.
I don't like this.
What did you see?
Is there anything exciting up there?
No.
Can I make an investigation check to see if there is anything purposefully following us?
Sure, on what? Or how?
Can I look at the shadows below the trees to see if there's anything moving in a way that seems like more than just wind shaking them?
Sure. Yes, investigation check, please.
6.
No, it's too obscured by the leaves. The light that does filter purely from the sun down to the ground is in pinhead sizes.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's too hard to tell.
Okay.
But it's not dark.
No, it's not. It's still light enough to see.
It's
but
like diffuse.
Correct, yeah,
Mhm,
it's
yeah,
just
okay.
diffuse light.
Okay.
And the beams that do reach the forest floor are minuscule. So there's not enough shadows that cast to really be able to tell. Anything else?
After an hour, that hunter's mark on Mr. Man goes away.
It will be.
Does anyone need a break?
I don't think it would hurt. We've been here for quite some time, but
Could not use one.
Yeah, I mean, that thing hit me pretty hard.
I
when
used a
it did
6
hit
at a
me.
5th level slot.
Do you want to take a sit for an hour?
let's
Let's
see if we
try.
can see if we can make an hour work here.
Yeah.
Right.
Trying to sit down for an hour?
Yeah. Oh.
Hang on, don't. We haven't
kidding.
gotten anything yet.
Just
We
kidding,
haven't
just
gotten
kidding. You're
anything
right.
yet.
Never mind.
God
I'll
just
put it
made a
back.
pretty-
I'll put it back.
Upsetting face.
I tried to hide it, but that was, it was too upsetting.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you walk for a time and then finally decide, alright, maybe we should just... It wasn't a bad fight, but some of you got a little roughed up by that Great White Grizzly stag. You decide to sit down
Front load.
on the forest floor. The inescapable foliage above you.
You see, I don't love that adjective.
Foliage?
You begin to
Yeah, the
sit down,
adjective.
maybe like taking off your packs, laying your weapons down, etc., getting ready to rest. When suddenly, you hear the sound of something coming through the underbrush.
I'm looking.
And emerging from the trees is a figure coming upon all of you. A tall, chestnut-skinned wood elf with golden hair tied back in a tight ponytail. Across one eye, scarred so heavily that his eyes sealed shut. Just one individual in brown leathers and a cloak, stepping out into view of all of you. Across his shoulders, and he's kind of got his wrists up over it, like you carry a hockey stick, is an enormous glaive. He steps forward and speaks to you all. He says something in Elvish, which I think only Seren recognizes.
Mm-hmm.
But this individual steps forward, glaive lazily slung across his shoulders, one eye scarred over. There's something.
And in Elvish.
Mm-hmm.
That depends on what you found.
I found you.
Came here looking for something. I don't mean you any trouble.
You came the wrong way. I'm afraid. Now you'll have to come with us.
That's probably for the best. I think we were looking to speak with you anyway.
He sort of tilts his head back and smiles a little bit at that. You know who we are then.
Made quite the mark on the town back there.
I gotta spread the good word somehow.
Was hoping to hear the good word from you before I passed any judgment on it.
Alright, kinsman. If you're willing to put down your arms and come with us, nothing else drastic needs to happen here. Tell your friends. They'll just need to follow me.
Don't take your weapons out.
What's going on?
He wants us to follow in.
Why?
Well, I have a feeling that many more of his friends are keeping eyes on us. And we did want to find out where our friend from the scholar's place ended up, did we not?
Sure.
I'd rather not pick a fight with them on their own territory. If there's a way we can talk a way out of this.
We've been trying to find, and we have found, or at least been found. Might as well see where it leads.
Keep your weapons away.
Sure.
Put the staff on my back.
You'll acquiesce then?
We'll not harm you if you don't harm us.
Why would we harm you? Drive the price down.
Don't like that!
Right then. Hands over your heads.
Cabal.
Tell your friends. I won't speak their foul tongue.
Says hands over our heads.
They're not going to try and take anything from us, are they? That's no trouble for you, I understand.
I said we wouldn't harm them if they don't harm us. If they attempt to harm us, well, then our bets are off.
If they go for the axe, I will be using it on them.
I'm sure he understands that. I think he speaks common. He just won't deign himself to do it.
I could force him to.
What?
Nothing.
No, I didn't hear you.
I said I could force him
They look a
to.
little uncertain, friend.
Well, I'm not in the business... In Elvish. I'm not in the business of allowing myself to be bought and sold. We came here for a conversation.
Plenty of time for that once we get back to camp.
And?
I think you and I have quite a bit to talk about. Hands over your heads. Tell them to drop their weapons. Or things are going to get a lot scarier.
Stow your weapons and put your hands over your heads.
Put it on my back. Use hands and hips.
Drop, not stow.
I'm not sure I could persuade them to drop them completely.
Well, you had better well try. He's a very serious look on his face.
Can I scan around to see if he's got any friends up with him?
Give me a perception check.
13.
You see no one.
He said to drop them.
Ha!
That's what I said.
Fat fucking chance.
Well, we pick a fight here, or we pick a fight at the camp with no weapons.
I'll go. I'm not dropping my shit.
I have to expect you do speak common. You can understand them, can you not?
Of course I can. Much as I can understand a pig sewing that feed. If you need not worry, all of your articles will be returned to you as soon as we are done with you, but we can't allow you into camp with them all, you understand.
Could we put them in... To them. Can we put them in the bag?
Certainly. Will that fly?
Can we keep them out of reach?
Alright, if you hand the bag over to us.
Yeah, that I can't allow.
Fatter chance.
I don't have all day here, friends. This can be easy or it can be hard. I don't want it to be hard.
Can't make them do anything they don't want to do. They're a little bit smarter than pigs.
Alright. Got more than enough to keep a few lost piggies in the woods in check? Sure. Hold on to your business then.
What?
Stow your weapons. Follow him.
Done.
Still need those hands up though. As each of you put your hands up, immediately ropes drop from the canopies overhead, and what looks like a dozen elves kind of like belay their way down the treetops. And as you hold your hands up, all of them move to you and begin binding your hands.
Do they go for either Alcyone's staff or Hyrus' axe?
They do not. They just bind your hands.
All look of chestnutish complexion?
Not all. No. Either high or wood, though. No drown out of the
He
way.
said. Purposefully.
Well. Hyrus just looks at the one who's binding his hands.
You're smart. Not everyone we come across is as smart as you all. I think it'll end up paying dividends. And as soon as they are all done binding your hands, he looks at you again, Seren, and says, "Just walk. It'll all be over soon." And then black flags over all of your heads, obscuring your vision.
Does that count as shadow?
No.
Damn it.
No! Of
Oh
course
yeah,
not!
you're gonna teleport away?
Or maybe just your head.
My head appears 60 feet in that direction. Okay.
Okay, you all just roll with it?
As long as they don't try and take either the staff or the axe.
They do not.
Fuck else am I gonna do?
Who places the bag over my head?
Just any of the elves
Okay.
that belay down.
Okay.
The one speaking to you with his glaive still sort of lazily slung over his shoulders does not move.
Would they have taken Kashek's staff?
No, they're not taking anything.
We
They all heard the conversation that you both had.
But we didn't have to put everything in the bag.
No.
Correct. We have everything on our persons
Mhm.
and our hands bound.
Yep.
Hands are bound.
I
I
assume
don't
Dick
need
can,
my hands, baby.
Dick can probably
Don't.
understand, but you may want to tell them we're not going to fetch very much.
I'm not entirely certain that's their plan. I can't rule it out.
Well, it tends to be one of two things we hear about from them.
Right, like I said to him, well, I guess you couldn't have heard that before. Like I said to him, I'd rather get their side of the story before I pass my judgment. This is not boding well for them, but
No.
No, we didn't bring any bags.
perhaps that was our mistake.
Your nose sounds clogged.
You have allergies.
So you all go with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let's try and move on our stuff, yeah.
Okay.
What did you expect us
As
to do?
there's a possibility that we didn't.
Thought. Yeah, I don't know.
there's a-
I had. This is another one of those branching path moments
Yeah.
that I, as a DM, must be prepared for.
Yeah.
I mean, if they had
You seemed surprised, that's all.
if they had made any move to take any of our stuff, Ian, would not have gone with that.
Yeah,
not at all.
Yeah.
If he aggressed on
That
us,
was not
that
gonna
was going to
happen.
be very different, but
I
we
want to shoot something.
I know.
we
I'm
went
sorry,
to go
Freddy.
we went to go find them, so I feel like they just take us there to keep us from wandering around the woods.
Find
to
them.
go.
You've certainly found them.
Yeah.
Okay.
They found us.
So,
as Talon
Black
said
flags over all of your heads, obscuring your view. Your hands bound behind your backs. You begin to feel a tug of rope moving you through the forest. It's a tough journey, and it's you make your way for quite a while. Occasionally tripping over a forest root or getting whacked in the head by a branch.
Oh.
It's not fun. All of you get a little battered on your way. In fact, let's everyone take 5 bludgeoning damage
Fuck.
as you make your way through the forest.
Guys, guess how many hit points I have right now?
69.
69.
No, because you're being dragged.
Oh,
How many I have?
How many are... Ooh.
5 damage in scrapes and bruises and cuts as you make your way blind through the forest, being tugged by your captors. After a time, you hear voices pick up again. You recognize it as the individual who spoke to you before. Right then. Put those 4 in with the other ones. Bring the elf to my chambers. The 4 of you, Alcyone, Hyros, Surrie, and Kashek, you feel a tug leading off in one direction. Seren, it's hard to tell, but you put together that you're being drawn in another. Okay. You all go along?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you are again drawn, this time just a short ways. Let's start with the 4 of you. You are drawn just a little ways farther, and you can hear the opening of an iron grate. And you suddenly feel sort of a rough hand on your shoulder as you're pushed forward into a cell. At which time the bags are then removed from your heads. And you're in just sort of a long cage. It looks like it was made to hold some sort of large animal or something. And they sort of shove you in, keeping your hands bound behind your backs. It's just a collection of elves. Pretty rough-looking individuals kind of shove you in, take the bags off of your head, and then slam the door shut. All sort of like cajoling and laughing, pointing at you in your current circumstances, speaking in a tongue you do not understand, talking back and forth to each other. The bulk of the elves guiding you make their ways away, leaving 4 guards around the outside of your cage. Around you, taking stock of your surroundings, it just looks, I don't know, picture fucking Robin Hood's camp. It's a series of tents deep in the forest, and there is a series of cages to the either side of you, most of which are empty. You 4 occupy this one along with one other individual. He looks incredibly bedraggled. Thin streaks of white protrude along his temples, not matching his otherwise dark hair. And he is unmistakably a drow. Hands tied behind his back. He looks emaciated and exhausted. But he sort of picks his head up, and you can just see his cheekbones protrude kind of dangerously out of his face. You can tell he's exhausted and starved. He kind of picks his head all up and looks around at all of you.
Children of nobles.
What?
No, my friend.
Tell them that you'll last longer.
Why?
If you've been brought here, they mean to sell you. That for a tidy sum. I'm terribly sorry you found yourselves here.
And you, how do you find yourself here? Or you are not a child of a noble?
Oh, no, quite the opposite. No, I find myself here through my own bad decisions. Trying to explore the forest to find a fairy tale.
What fairy tale would that be?
Looking at Alcyone.
Temple of Canadas.
We came to Valorant to find you.
What?
Under guidance from Bernard.
The successor?
Yes.
Well, for better or worse, you have found me. Who are you all?
Well, perhaps we shouldn't say out loud. They might not like it if they knew.
I don't know, I can't argue.
But we searched for the temple at his behest.
Well, it would appear.
He kind of like situates himself a little bit farther up.
It would appear, unfortunately, that your search has come to an end.
What did they say at the Scholar's Lodge? The guy we were looking for, what was his name?
They didn't mention.
They didn't. Shit.
They didn't mention much about him except that he was eccentric.
Nobody asked.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
Healing word only has a vocal component.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to attempt to speak a healing word to heal this gentleman in a little bit.
Okay, go for it.
Not just stay still. They might shoot me for this. And I'll speak a word in a language he doesn't understand, I assume.
Well, what language is it?
This particular one, primordial.
Go for it.
Primordial.
How does it work again? Where there's primordial, but then there's also the elemental languages?
Those are dialects of the language. If you speak primordial, you can understand all of the four of them.
Is it possible to speak one of the dialects and not understand primordial?
No.
Then I understand that.
Okay.
Just
Then you've got the gist of it. You couldn't speak it probably,
Yeah.
but he gets 7 points of health for what it's worth.
Ooh, oh, thank you. That's quite a relief.
Do the guards do anything?
Don't worry about them. They only speak Elvish.
That's good to know. They also only bound my hands.
Well, they didn't cover my face. Well, the Maid Lane, they are renowned for their brutality, not for their intelligence.
No.
I must say, this is quite a shock. I've been alone here for quite some time. What unfortunate events befell to find that you all found yourselves here?
We tried to rest ourselves, and who came out of the woods but our captors?
We've been looking for the opponents of a great white grizzly stag.
Ah. I take your meaning. Did you see him?
Yes.
We did.
Yes.
We tussled with
You
his
can
fur.
confirm. An ursine of nature creature with horns that resemble trees.
Oh,
I
yes.
believe ungulates.
You actually saw.
And it immediately, like, years get taken off
Yeah!
of his face.
You really actually saw me. It does, in fact, you can confirm it does, in fact, exist corporeally.
Yes, absolutely.
This is quite the boondoggle. It's the guardian, you see. Or at least one of them. I can't say that there are more protections around the temple, but it was one. It was the guardian to the temple itself.
Then the temple must be real.
Well, if he is real, then that certainly lends credence to the idea. You're right, I'm serious, you're right. Yes, quite. Of course. But you are quite right. If the beast is quite real, then it certainly lends credence, at least, to the idea that the temple is in fact real. Oh, this is excellent news. Wow. God. What guidance to have brought you all to me here now. Well, the universe certainly does work in funny ways, does it not?
It does.
We'd had the thought that the stag was driven from its original home.
Well, it certainly would have been if the temple is in the heart of the forest. Then we are very far from it, even here at that camp.
Our hands are still bound, I assume.
Correct.
Yeah.
We were wondering if these individuals had anything to do with that, but you say if we're still very far away from it.
Well, I can't be sure, but they are looking for it. And that's why they've captured me, I quite imagine. They're looking for the temple. They think that it will lead them to some sort of information about the Tower of Stars. Do you know it?
Yes.
The same reason Bernard asked us to contact you.
He's quite right too. If the legends hold true, and that is growing more and more likely as the minutes go on, there is a power in that tower that once laid waste to all of Eldenkind in this land, making way and paving the way for Eurovia and then Miranda de Arcadia to conquer this place. I think Maithlane intends to attain this power and lay waste to the Republic that elves may again repopulate it. The nature of this power I can't speak to, but they are certainly convinced that it will allow them to attain their goals.
Names may be dangerous, if you feel like sharing yours.
Well, I see no harm. Tell us.
I'm Alcyone. This is my father, Hyros.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Yours as well. Where are you all? Where do you all hail from?
We come from not so terribly far from here. The forest, small town.
Yeah. Well, you certainly bring welcome news. I fear it is inert. If we are all captured here, I don't hold much hope for us.
There is another of our company. One of similar complexion to you.
Is that quite right? You don't see many of my kind these days above the earth.
No, indeed. She was taken for questioning. She's the only one who can speak with them.
That does not bode well, then.
Especially considering she's not very good at speaking.
Speaking of which, let's jump over. Seren.
Mm-hmm.
You are dragged, and soon the familiar sounds of your friends' footsteps and voices fade away from you. You are taken in a separate direction from your companions.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the sounds of busy activity all around you. It sounds like it's a city, but more unified. The sounds of a metropolis, and yet unified in one purpose. The sounds of a military camp.
Mm-hmm.
Unmistakable. You hear the clanking of weapons being crafted and the cajoling of soldiers as you are brought through the camp, still black bag over your head, until eventually you hear the sort of ruffling of the flaps of a big tent, and you are again shoved inside. At which tent the bag is lifted, and you see a sort of hexagonal inside of a tent with candles burning all around it, illuminating the inside of the tent. The floor is covered in hides, making a very comfortable and the temperature is very comfortable inside this place. All along the walls are various tapestries which look like sort of fine silks, usually traveling along trade routes.
Mm-hmm. Looks like some spoils.
Yep. And sitting behind a really, really fine wooden desk is that same individual who appeared to you before. He leans his huge glaive up against one of the walls of the tent and takes a seat behind one of the tents. taking a seat, putting his feet up on the desk, and leaning back and just, with his one good eye, locking eyes with you, staring at you, his fingers templed, looking at you appraisingly.
Ooh, then I also lock eyes and don't blink until he does.
Speaking in Elvish yet again.
Winking?
He's not winking, Ian, thank
He
you.
might be winking.
You'll never know.
You don't know.
I'm like completely stone face mask like reversion.
So, how much do you think you're worth to those back home? That'll determine how long you live.
Who's home?
Well, that's for you to tell and me to find out, isn't it? I'm not quite sure how this works, are you?
No, I'm asking whose home are you trying to sell me to?
Whoever will have you, I suppose.
My home, not much.
You really don't know how this works, do you?
I was hoping to appeal to something of decency. It has to exist in you.
Decency exists in all our kin. It is the others who lack it.
All the others.
Perhaps not by their fault. But they bought into a system they knew not of. A system that destroys lives like you and me. You can't tell me that your life has been easy up until this point.
No.
Then we are of one mind. Perhaps you could be more than a ransom. Perhaps you may join us. You know of us. You know what we fight for.
We wish to end human supremacy.
Correct. And re-establish elven dominance in this land, the way nature always intended it to be.
See, that's the part that sticks with me.
Oh, do tell.
It's just curious that I have companions with me that are not human and ostensibly are suffering under the same system, and you've taken them away to do whatever knows what with, same as you
I've
would a
seen
human.
your companions. I know who they are. News from Trevor travels very fast.
Really? What news came out of Trevor?
And you lot are quite a bit of business back in the capital.
What else?
That you've made some enemies of a rather dangerous nature.
The father or someone else?
There's death in his voice.
Mm-hmm.
You know of who I speak.
Then you know what he wants.
I can't pretend to.
You
But
don't know
I
what he
know.
wants.
But I know that laying waste to one of his heralds carries a bitter price. You have any idea what you are messing with? Do you have any idea what they intend to do for you and me?
What do you think his intentions are?
That I can't speak to, but I know that our kind have had a peek behind the fold. We cannot ignore it further.
Then on that we're agreed.
You'll join us then.
No,
Speak your mind.
it's not just the Republic he intends to lay waste to, it's the entire land.
That can't be stopped.
Can't it?
Certainly not. Not if you've seen what I've seen.
And I'm gonna look at his bad eye. I've seen comparable.
You've seen nothing.
I've stopped comparable.
You speak in ignorance.
Probably.
Fact of the matter is, this has been out of my hands. We thought we were just coming across a few stray travelers in the woods like we always do, but I recognized you instant.
You'd report to someone then.
Don't we all? In one way or another.
Suppose you're right.
At which point, another elf, the flap thrown wide,
Mm-hmm.
comes in. Van, they're here. And for a moment, the individual who you've been speaking to,
Mm-hmm.
he tries to remain stoic, but you see a little bit of the color drain out of his face. What?
They're here, and the big one is right angry. I think they heard we found him. Well,
Who is they?
it seems fate has acted upon us faster than I ever could have anticipated.
Who is they?
I
Ven.
think you know very well. And he gets up.
How dark is it in here?
It's not dim.
God damn it! I'm gonna use this! God, we leveled up like 3 sessions ago.
We had a combat, we immediately stopped it.
He gets up from his desk, walks over to the elf that came through the flap.
Are my hands still tied?
Yes, they are.
God damn it. Okay.
He speaks to them in Elvish as well, so you understand it. Watch her. Don't let her leave. We'll be back soon. And then he leaves the tent. So you are left just in this tent with just the individual who came inside. What do you want to do?
What do they look like? What are they doing? Are they armed?
Yeah, heavily.
What elf?
Yeah.
How many candles are lit?
A couple. Enough to illuminate the tent.
Is he watching me?
Yeah, he looks terrified.
Visitors from below the ground, then.
What do you know about it? I was told to watch you, not talk to you. Keep quiet. He looks very nervous.
You're in over your head.
Van's got it in hand.
Does he?
Yeah. He's our leader.
You saw the color drain out of his face.
He knows what he's doing.
Does he?
Anyone would get scared the dickens out of looking
Ask
at them.
yourself why I let myself be taken here. Right in the middle of your camp, right to your leader. And then I just smile and make it real creepy.
Give me a persuasion. Or deception or persuasion.
Ooh.
Either one.
They're probably the same.
They're exactly the same. Wait, did you say an advantage?
Sure.
Oh, no, I literally didn't hear. I didn't
No,
hear
yeah,
that.
that's good.
11.
Yeah, that's enough. You got a 1. Why did you?
You're in over your head.
What are you gonna do about it then, huh?
I just kind of like start walking a little bit closer.
Stay where you are. And he kind of takes a... He grabs a hold of the sword at his side. No, don't you move.
Have you ever seen one without their armor on?
Don't you stop it now.
So you haven't.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know where they come from then.
I know enough. I know what Ven told me.
What did Ven tell you?
He told me to watch you.
I'm not about me, about them.
I don't know much about them. It doesn't matter. They're helping us.
Really? You're being used.
What do you want then, huh?
I want you to turn around.
You can't make me.
I can't make you do anything, I won't. But if you turn around, then you'll avoid the worst of it.
Perception check. At advantage.
It's a natural 20.
Oh! For a total of?
19.
It's enough though. He looks absolutely fucking terrified.
Yeah, it does.
He's like, don't you fucking sign up for this madness. Be it on your head then. And he turns around and books it out of the tent. You're left alone.
Go blow these candles out.
Yeah, you do so.
Is there anything in here sharp?
There's a bunch of like a letter opener and on the desk.
Can I quickly go to the letter opener and see if I can like pick it up on my teeth and use it too?
You definitely can, yeah. It takes not but 10 seconds to undo your shackles.
Then I am going to cloak myself in shadows and turn invisible, goddammit!
Yes, you will. You do so. Let's jump back too.
Alright.
Yeah.
The rest, the 4 of you in the cage, you start to hear. Yes, the 4 of you, a commotion begins to stir in the camp.
My feathers bristle.
The guards that are around your cage immediately begin to bristle as well and kind of like shoot their heads around, not knowing exactly what's going on, but voices kind of stir up through the camp. There's something going on, but you can't, from your vantage in the cave, you cannot observe what exactly is causing the commotion.
Do you know what that's all about? Does this happen quite this badly before?
No, I don't know, but I fear it does not bode well.
No, and we're rather in a cage about it.
Well,
all seem quite capable. Is there anything we might do?
I would like to start shredding at my binds with my talons.
Trying to avoid the view of the guards who are still staying around.
Yes.
So give me a sleight of hand check.
My tail is like an angry cat. My tail's just going fucking wild.
Yeah, it is.
15.
15?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do so. Roll damage.
How many hit points could Rope have?
Oh shit! I lost that when I switched to owlfolk. Never mind. That's only an Aarakocra
You
feat.
don't have talent.
I don't have natural weapons, but I mean, I still have talons.
Roll damage.
Okay. D4.
Yeah.
-1 improvised.
Sure.
Yeah.
Roll a d4. Let's see what happens.
4.
Yeah. 4? Yeah, that's enough.
I can't use them as melee weapons.
Sure. No,
Perhaps
but I'll
for
buy
us,
it. Yeah. Because you got a 4, I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kashek kind of working his binds behind his back as the guards are distracted a little bit, trying to see what commotion is going on in the camp. You see Kashek's talons suddenly burst free.
I mean, I would be careful about it.
Never mind then,
Yeah.
as you say.
But I'm unbound.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep listening to what the man was saying.
Is there anything we might do?
Tough to do anything right now.
Well, they're rather focused on out there, so
Oh, sure. My hands are tied.
I'm actually pretty good with knots. I don't know if I can maybe get to someone else's and then undo them.
You're welcome to try.
All right, sorry.
Trying to untie their binds with your hands bound.
Yep.
Okay.
Hyros is going to try it.
Sleight of hand.
Oh shit.
Oh, he's a good boy.
He's
I will-
going to try it.
Put my back to Hyros'
At disadvantage.
Great.
Describe this cage again.
It's big wrought iron. It looks like it's meant for transporting animals.
Are we in the ground?
Did you just roll the exact same?
I did. 2 10s, perfect balance.
That's
Yes.
all things should be.
A total
Jedi.
of 12.
You feel like you can get at it. It's just going to take a while.
I am prepared to continue doing this.
As this happens...
Can I send Beetle to assist him?
Oh, Beetle.
They didn't take my staff.
They didn't take your bug. That's true. Yeah, you do so. It'll still take a minute to get through.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. Let's jump back to what would you like to do?
Can I? This is if you say that this is no, this is no.
Mhm.
Before I blow all of the candles out that last turn,
Mhm.
can I accidentally knock one over in this tent?
It's gonna make it not dark, isn't it?
Yeah.
Trying to set it on fire?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can leave one. We'll see what happens.
Is there like papers or anything on his desk?
Yeah. Missives.
Yeah, I'll accidentally knock it over on those.
Yeah, okay. A tiny little sort of like kindling begins in the corner of the tent.
Oops. And then I go outside, remembering that it's still light out, probably.
Sunset.
Ah,
So kind of dusky.
not dim.
Not dim.
Yeah. Okay. So.
But you said you were invisible, yeah?
Well, that only works if I stay in dim light.
Oh, I see.
So that was only going to be invisible if I was in the tent. But if I burn the
Okay.
tent down, I feel like that pisses him off more. So I'm going to burn the tent down.
Great. Okay. You can still try to sneak through the camp, though. There's much confusion and hubbub going on.
Would like to do that, and I would like to locate my compatriots.
Okay.
How much hubbub?
A lot.
Like, a,
Are the guards watching us?
Yes, they are.
has it escalated from hubbub to ruckus yet?
No.
Okay.
But something is happening.
Uh-huh.
Something spooky. Okay. So sneak through the camp and try to find your friends.
Mhm.
First, give me a stealth check.
28.
Yep. So you manage to navigate your way out of the folds of the tent. There's a lot going on. And you manage to kind of sneak your way around the periphery of the tent to try to relocate where they brought your friends. Give me a survival check.
6. Duality of elf.
Yeah, you move your way to sort of the periphery of the camp, but you're just going to kind of have to make your way around.
Jordan.
You're just going to have to kind of make your way around the periphery of the camp instead of being able to directly locate your friends, so it's going to take a minute.
Okay.
Yes.
While Hyros is trying to undo my bindings, I will look at Alcyone and I will say to her, I think any of this might have anything to do with the heralds. Quietly.
Temple, I wouldn't be surprised.
You think
But this,
these people don't have the same motives in mind.
Well, we did hear that they were hoping to find the temple. Right, because we heard about that last time, right? That
They
the
were also
Myth
trying
Lane was
to find
also
the
looking to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's why they took him in the first place.
We heard that from the
That's why they
guy at the
captured it in the
lodge.
first place.
Right,
Yes,
yeah,
correct.
at the
yes.
lodge, yeah.
I
Correct.
remember
Bravo.
him.
We heard that
saying
from
that.
Correct.
Talman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does sound a little apocalyptic. Yeah.
I don't know, just a thought.
It's not a bad one. Hold on to it. Whatever happens, stay close. Not to meet Hyros.
Sure.
He's big and good at that.
So, what's the plan?
We're just undoing,
You're just undoing.
Yeah,
Okay,
just
good.
undoing
Okay,
the bonds.
okay. You're undoing binds. Okay.
Because if Hyros
Do
can
you
get...
need a second?
No. Yes, there's a lot happening.
Yeah, there is.
This is great, though. This is where I live.
If Hyros can get me free, then I can...
So, after a few minutes, you are able to undo Surrie's binds.
Ah, yes. I'm incredible.
Surrie, what would you like to do now that your hands are free? And Kashak's hands are also free.
Hey, what?
use my dagger to cut the bindings from my friends and my new friend.
Okay, everyone is trying to do this without alerting the guards. Yes?
Absolutely.
That's the goal.
Stealth check, please.
Oh god.
Beautiful. Love to see it. 23.
Fine.
Oh my good shot.
None that 20 and wow.
Totally fine.
Wow. And 19, yeah.
Great. 15.
Sorry, 21.
Super
Damn it.
enough. Yes, the guards are incredibly distracted by whatever is going on in the camp. So, you undo Surrie's binds, you undo Hyros' binds, who undoes Alcyone's binds, I imagine.
I can just cut everyone's.
Yes, you do. Yes. So all of you are free. The guards are none the wiser. Seren, you are making your way around the periphery of the camp. You begin to see the sort of corner of a wrought iron cage. And slinking your way a little closer, still remaining out of sight, you see your friends encased within this cage, and another individual whom you do not recognize. But just as this is all coming together, you hear a collection of noise making its way through the camp towards you all.
Once I'm done doing that, I do put my hands back behind my back.
Great. Making their way, you see a pretty sizable crowd making their way up. You four in the cage, making your way up to sort of the front entrance. Leading this crowd are two individuals whom you recognize, yet have not seen in the flesh so far. The two remaining heralds.
Look at those lady.
So that's bad.
They all looked roughly the same height in that illusion, but now that you're seeing them here, one of them
Is about 2 feet shorter than this one.
And how tall is that one?
The tall one is maybe fucking 8 foot. Yeah.
That's a lot of feet.
Holding an enormous club in their hand.
Well, that makes me think maybe they're not all drow.
Oh no. Stuff. They're gonna recognize it.
Yeah, they are a bit.
I don't say that out loud, but that was just me. Ouch.
Seren, what are you doing? The four of you are still you're kind of got your hands still behind your backs, yes, but you're all still in the cage.
Are they coming towards the cage?
Yeah.
What are the guards doing?
They are standing still, at guard outside the cage, but they look terrified. Me too. Me too.
We're in danger.
Remember how he didn't expect us to take down one?
The solution is throw the other two at us.
We're in danger.
Well, I don't really know what I can do to get everyone out of a cage right now.
How long the cage?
It's pretty big.
So like,
Let's say it's like 20 feet long.
so we're like hanging out at the back of it.
Yeah.
Does it reasonably look like they've seen my companions?
Yeah.
Okay.
How
They're
long
in the cage.
How long have we been here?
In this camp? What do you mean?
How long
An
have we
hour?
been in the cage?
In the cage?
Could be a short rest that she's asking.
No, I don't think so.
That's fine.
Because, I don't know, the situation is too
That's-
tense and there are
that's
guards
totally fine.
everywhere. Like, you can't exactly rest
That's fine. It's horrible for me,
in
but
this
it's fine.
cage. Yeah.
Do any of the guards have like a big loopy key ring on them or anything?
I'm gonna give a perception check.
Okay. Oh no. 10.
You can't see from this angle. They are guards, though. Presumably, they would have a key. You can't be sure, though.
Does it look like they've seen me?
No, they have not. What would you like to do?
Can I stay hidden from them, but not from my compatriots? Like, is there anywhere that I can hide myself?
Trying to sneak maybe to the back of the cage?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a stealth check.
Fuck.
There it
Just
goes.
yeet the dice.
You
Yeah.
have that sending stone. Hoo-hoo.
Oh, who?
That's true.
Who has the other one?
Kashak.
One of these two, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Then I'll stay.
Sending stone.
Yeah.
Can I metagaming pigeon myself into having that idea by myself? That's a good
Sure.
one. Can I hide myself out of view of everybody instead and use the sending stone?
Yes.
Check. I'm hidden.
Okay.
Do you need me, or should I remain that way? I am unbound.
So are we.
You have 25 words.
You have 25 words.
Oh!
So you got 22 more. Nope, I'm counting who. Just kidding.
This is the 2 worst people I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You're the ones who wanted
Not
them.
exactly a tactician.
Do I still get more on mine, or was that once he starts responding? Is that
Find a way to unlock cage.
Hooty hoo! Yeah, that's what you get back. What do you want to do? They're coming very close to the cage.
is there any way
And we-
that I can?
Can see them, obviously. Yeah.
Kind of approaching, like the shark fin coming closer to you.
Any way that I could stay hidden and approach the Heralds and Company from behind?
No, you have to, because they're coming kind of from the center of camp.
Mm-hmm.
This cage is on the outside, so you'd have to make your way back into the heart of the camp and circle around. So I don't think so.
I can't do much.
You can watch.
I'm gonna just stay back and watch, because anything that I do to interfere is gonna really
Worse.
fuck you guys up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hang back and watch and listen.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just hanging out at the back of the cage, as far as possible.
The heralds, the remaining 2, as well as an entourage of Mythlane elves, reach the edge of your cage. The big one, even through the armor, just from body language alone, is furious. The other one, with this sort of skull for a helmet, seems stoic. But they approach the edge of the cage, and the sort of guards around the sides of it kind of scatter as they approach the front of the cage. And you hear a voice come from the shorter one with the skull for a helmet.
So you are them, the ones we've heard so much about. What have you to say for yourselves? Ones who fight.
Your fellow herald was doing harm to the land and to its people. We defended this land and its people.
You speak in ignorance. We are the only ones bringing peace to this place. You fight against the night with candles and wax. You will be blown away at the slightest breeze.
Your gusts are awfully violent to bring such peace.
You know not of what you say.
At this point, the other one.
Enough, sister. I came here for blood. I will have it.
I'm going to take the staff and plant it before me.
Okay.
Don't like that face you're making.
You know what this can do. Do not come any closer.
At which point, The one with the skull for a mask lowers her head and shakes it a little bit. The big one throws her hand forward, clasping at the bars of the cage, and rips it off its hinges.
Mhm.
You first, then.
Casting the bar to the side,
Can.
strides across the cage.
Well-
Yes.
Well, alright. If they were gonna start walking, I'm gonna use it.
Do I have enough?
There's so many
Yeah.
elves here.
Yeah. We don't have a whole lot of options.
We could run away.
We could
So-
run away.
Out of this cage?
Let me know when I don't have any more time left to do what I want to do.
Well, you have seconds once
Okay.
the herald reaches the door.
I'm going to twist my ring, and a beam of moonlight strikes both of the heralds.
Okay. Casting moonbeam on them standing in front of the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
To make saving throws, and I wish I had this spell memorized by now, but obviously I'm too stupid to do that.
You're not. It's con save.
Thank you. They need to make con saves.
Okay. One gets a nat 20.
Okay.
And the other one is a... Yeah, they're both going to make it.
Okay, well, a beam of moonlight strikes them regardless.
Okay.
And if I have no more time, then I have no more time.
Yeah, that'll
They
be
take
it.
damage.
Yeah, so the moonbeam comes down. What do you want to do?
I want to unleash a cone of cold,
Okay. On them.
and everyone within 60 feet
Okay.
cone behind them.
They take 5 radiant damage.
How big is the cage again?
It's like 20 by 15.
Good thing it doesn't have a door anymore.
Okay.
It does not.
It's that doorway is full of people, and 2 particularly armored and large
And
ones.
large.
How
Yeah.
close are they?
So they're, if you're at the back of the cage and they're at the other side, they're 15 feet away.
Okay.
Well, one is 15, the other is 20.
Okay, Sarah.
The moonbeam comes down. They both take how much?
5.
So immediately, all of you are illuminated by moonlight as Seren strikes from the shadows, and a beam of moonlight comes down in the twilight hour, striking both of the heralds. Cone of cold.
Yeah.
What is that on their part?
That is a
That's
con
it.
save on the 2 of them and everyone within a 60-foot cone.
60 feet cone.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Not us.
Okay.
No. Cone goes direction.
Sure.
Jesus Christmas. Okay. I'm gonna do them, and then we're gonna do one for everybody else.
Great.
Because there's a lot of elves.
Yes. I didn't make this easy on you.
No. It's just great. I put us here.
Yeah.
Anybody else doing anything?
Chill
As we
touch.
carry on? Yeah, chill touch on one of them.
Yeah. Big boy.
I'll wait until combat, I
Okay.
guess.
Cone of Cold's a Constitution saving.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Does the 19 save?
It does.
Okay. So this moonbeam comes down, striking both of the heralds. Alcyone, you cast forward. Is that from the staff?
With the
or
staff.
From, that's with
Yeah.
the staff?
Yeah.
Okay. You level the staff at them, and the cone of cold erupts from the end of the staff towards this sort of titanic herald who just ripped the door off the cage and is walking forward. But as you do so, the spell protrudes forward and seems to bend around the armor like water around a beam at the beam of a bridge at its
Yeah.
center,
Yeah.
and goes shooting off, sort of dissipating to either side as it breaks through it like an icebreaker ship. Walking up towards you and is going to... She just continues to stride for you, unfazed, making her way through this blasting ice spell. And is going to attempt to grab the staff while it is held in your hands.
Okay. So what is that?
So it's going to be a grapple,
Okay.
essentially.
Okay. Does she have to roll to hit?
Yes, she does.
Okay.
They do. No spoilers. So that is a 23.
That hits.
Mm-hmm.
So.
So she is going to grab one end of the staff
Mhm.
and wrench it to the side, and then pick up another mailed fist and try to attack you again.
Okay.
Non-nat 20.
Shield.
Yeah.
So she grabs onto the staff and wrenches it to the side and raises another mailed fist and shoots it forward like an asteroid plummeting towards Earth. But you cast up your shield and boom! The rippling effect of her punching into your shield is enough to knock you to one knee. But you do not...
I still have a hand on the staff?
Yes, you
Okay,
do.
alright.
But she also does.
That's alright. I'm coming with it.
Okay, here we are. Surrie?
Yeah, 19.
This
Okay,
is for chill touch?
For chill touch.
19.
That's not
Yeah.
great.
Time to go.
How do you guys think we're gonna go?
Don't you have that spell that you can door somebody?
I can
Yeah,
Misty Step.
2 of us.
I can Misty Step.
I can transform.
Alright.
So take Mr. Man, you Misty Step, you transform. Let's fucking hightail
Hyros.
it. Oh shit.
She can get Hyros.
You can take 2.
Asani
We
can
leave
get
Taliesin
Hyros.
to die.
You have to leave Taliesin.
horrible. I can't bring him.
Hyros could barrel out. I don't know. Book into the wilderness.
Whatever he wants to do.
We don't. I mean, there's not.
We don't even have time to talk about
We don't have
Yeah,
time.
we don't have
We don't
time.
have time. We don't have time.
Yeah, okay, so that was... Kashak, do you want to do anything?
How close are they now?
They're right on top of you.
Fuck! Can't do what
We're
I was
playing
gonna
it fast
do.
and loose here, but...
I know.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to do?
Oh, I wish I had Windwalk prepared.
It takes a minute to cast.
Never mind.
Yeah! Ooh!
It's okay, we're gonna be fine. Now
Are
they're
they
mad
within
at
5
us.
feet of me?
Yeah, roughly. If you're all sort of just at the back of the cage.
Is there 5 feet in between us and them?
No, I'm right next to one of them.
In between you and them?
Maybe. I don't know. If Alcyone is out front with the staff and you are spaces behind.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I was gonna use like a wall of fire or something, but I can't use it to protect everyone now.
You could get.
You could put
you
them
would still
in the
have
wall.
one herald on your side, but the others would be
Everyone
cut
else.
off.
You can cause the
All
wall
those
to
elves.
occur on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could.
Wall of fire could literally hit her.
The Ring of Fire!
Oh, the Ring of Fire!
Okay.
Okay.
Yee, this is tense.
Yeah.
you
It's great.
We made choices.
certainly did.
Look, they brought us here.
That's true.
And they knew who we were.
You
Yeah.
think we were gonna be able to fight off all of them that were gonna fight us in the woods?
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not.
Okay.
So this is me?
Yeah,
Can
if you
be.
like.
Yeah.
Where the fuck's Taliesin?
He's back in the corner with you. Hyros is
He's behind
shielding with his
Hyros,
body.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's very small. It's fine.
Yee.
Yeah.
You encircling us?
Yes.
Nice.
Designating that
Heat to
the
go that way. I see.
outer facing
Yes, correct.
part
Yeah!
of the wall is
That's
the part
what
that
I
does
was-
damage, so Alcyone is fine.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
When the wall appears, each creature within the area that does damage must make a dex saving throw. So that's him, her, or her.
17.
Damn it, it makes it.
Okay.
Still gonna take
so
half
again,
damage.
the wall erupts, but again, you kind of see she made her save. So the magic kind of it's like trying to press against the air immediately around her, but it seems held back.
And she still takes half damage.
No, she does not. But there is a wall of fire there, so there we are. We're just gonna keep this vague initiative that we have created.
Do we want to roll in it?
No, let's just roll with it.
Okay.
Let's just roll
God.
with it. Which is currently Seren, Alcyone, the Herald, Surrie, and then Kashak.
Sure.
So Seren, you see this wall of fire erupt around the midsection of the cage. Is there anything you would like to do?
Scream.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
I can come back and get the other one.
Is there anything that I can climb up on right now?
If
There's
you
a lot
go
of
all go.
trees, yes, around the periphery of the camp.
I can't.
As fast as I can scamper up to a tree that anyone can see,
Mm-hmm.
I would like
I'm
to
stuck.
climb up a
I'm
tree
invisible.
and yell in Elvish. No, I don't like the combat music.
How the fuck did we beat the other one?
There was only one of them. We weren't in the
Heat
cage.
metal, slow.
Yeah.
Okay, but heat metal is fire damage.
Yeah.
Well,
I think this one has some special clothes on. I'm gonna like hang myself out of a branch of this tree if I can scamper up there
Okay.
and yell in Elvish. Knife's Edge. They're deceiving you. Are you pawns or are you freedom fighters? Do not let them use you any longer.
Okay.
They are your enemies, not us.
Roll persuasion.
Oh shit.
Seren.
15?
Heads swivel. So you're like over here now, up in
Yeah.
a tree somewhere.
Yep.
Heads swivel to pinpoint you, including this herald here, who just kind of slowly and almost robotically moves their helmet to pinpoint you in the trees. 15?
Yeah.
Many elves kind of standing, having seen this wall of fire erupt, many, including Ven, who you spoke to, look absolutely terrified, but there is no movement from the crowd.
And then I'm gonna move that moonbeam.
Okay, where to?
Can I hit the herald?
It's 15 feet, right?
It's a 5 foot.
It's a 5 foot
diameter.
Okay, yes. So yeah, you can. To try to hit this one here?
Yep.
Yeah, go
So
for it.
she needs to. Oh well, she's in it. On her turn, she'll make her con save.
Okay. Back to Alcyone.
You
So
guys
I'm-
heard me.
Oh yeah.
So Seren is in the treetops outside of the camp. There is technically a wall of fire
Yeah.
separating you from this herald who still has one mailed gauntlet
Coming through the fire.
coming through the fucking
Okay, that's
fire,
Bad. That's bad.
grabbing on to
None of us.
the staff.
So you can't get out unless you can see. It's gonna have to be.
You can
tight.
see up. It's not a dome.
Can you get on top of the cage?
Yeah.
You could.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
And once you're there, you'll be able to see further.
Mm-hmm.
Kushek, you'll be able to get away.
You can fly. Oh wait, you're in a cage.
There's a cage.
You can also turn into whatever.
I know.
You all better start getting out of here pretty soon. I'm going to grab
God.
the drow, if
Okay.
I can reach him,
You can.
and I'm going to, like from kneeling on the ground, step forward into darkness and dimension door with him.
Okay. Are you holding on to the staff?
I am.
You're gonna take her. Cause
I can only take one willing creature.
And she
Okay.
wouldn't be willing.
She okay.
She could be.
But I determine it's my spell, at least. Unless something's going wrong with that, in which case that's its own thing.
You get to determine.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Willing creature of your choice.
Okay, fine.
Alright, so then the two of us disappear and reappear 500 feet.
Oh,
So you vanish, and you hear a howl of rage from the herald, her mailed fist, the staff dematerializing from her grip as you go. You hear her howl of rage as you vanish from the burning cage.
Alright, so we're like 500 feet away, somewhere in the brush. I tell... I'm just gonna put it like due south, wherever the fuck makes sense. I'm gonna tell him, I'll be right back.
What happened? What? Oh, what?
I'll be right back. Don't get found.
Uh.
And when I have another action, I'm going to dimension door back into the same
Great.
spot.
Let's just keep rolling, just because we're kind of playing
Yeah.
fast. We'll just keep. So that brings us to her. You are now gone.
Yeah, for a
Alcyone.
moment
She
I'm
needs to
gone.
make a concentration save,
Yes,
or
she
not a
does.
con save, a constitution save.
17.
She makes it, but she takes.
No, she doesn't.
No, she doesn't take
Oh,
anything.
never mind, you're right. Sucks.
She also is on the other side of the firewall, so she needs to do something for that. Yes.
Yes, they do. Well, you have to end your turn.
So if she
there.
ends her turn,
Yeah.
Fuck. She's just gonna step
Just
right
step
fucking
through,
through
yeah.
it. And so Alcyone vanishes, and you just see this herald step unflinchingly through the wall of fire. Her face is obscured by the mask, but you can feel the rage coming off of her, like the heat from the wall of fire. She takes one mailed gauntlet, grabbing this just it looks like a tree trunk, enormous mace from off of her back. Who's this? Hyros,
Yep.
Surrie, And
That's it.
That's it.
And Kashek.
Kashak.
Yeah.
And Kashek. It's gonna be you, Kashek.
Kind of figured.
She just steps through this fucking wall of fire. And you can feel the rage pouring off of her as she levels the mace and says,
I will have blood.
and she raises the mace above her head and is going to strike at you, Kashek. That's gonna hit with a 26. Kashek, you feel her level this mace, swing it around, and it just impacts into your chest. You've never felt a sensation like this in the entirety of your life. The wind is driven from your body, and you are going to take... Oh wow, well, lucky you. Only 17 points of bludgeoning damage. I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
9.
Okay. It impacts you with such force that you are lifted off of your feet. You're right here. Yeah. You feel as if it would have propelled you flying through the air, but you slam right into the back of the cage.
Can't quite.
And you are going to take an addition. It's like slamming. You feel your bones crunch against the wall of the cage, and you are going to take an additional 20 points of force damage.
Ow.
And she's going to take her second attack. This time, so you are thrown against the wall of the cage and kind of collapse at its bottom. She then levels on you, Surrie, and is going to strike out at you. That is going to be a 21.
Shield.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, okay.
Good.
So you throw the shield up, but again, as the mace impact, it almost seems to shatter your shield as the mace makes impact with it, but it does bound off, saving you from the hit. Okay. Third attack.
Jesus.
Concentration. Hold on. How much damage did she do?
We have to do both, wouldn't you?
37.
It'd be one for each.
One for each, yeah. So
Okay.
the first one was only 17,
So-
and the second one was 20.
So you need to make 10 each time.
Make it on the first. Make it on the second.
Hooray! The wall of fire stays standing. And on the third attack, again, she levels at you, Surrie. But again, it just bounces off of your shield. Okay. That's going to bring us to Surrie.
Okay. Gonna Misty Step to an area on top of the cage?
Uh-huh. Yeah, certainly you can.
That's my bonus action.
Run the fuck out of there, man. Yeah.
I think the plan is escape right now.
I'll run then. Yeah, I'll use my action to disengage then.
You don't need to disengage. You're up on top of the cage.
Well, yeah, but I'm gonna have to run.
Do you mean dash?
Well, if there are other elves around the cage, I'm gonna have to get
No,
down
they're
off
all
the cage.
over here.
Beautiful. I will just run then.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
And there's still a wall of fire.
Well,
Technically
actually, which...
20 feet high?
Yeah, right. You're going...
the
you're
cage is 20 feet
You're kind
high.
of running
Okay, yeah.
back this direction, yes,
Yeah,
towards the forest?
yeah.
Yeah, you do so.
Okay.
You're at it. You have to run through the wall of fire, but I think it doesn't matter unless you end your turn there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because she's leaving it.
Coming from
Can
our
you jump?
side.
You're leaving it. No. You're
And-
exiting
Yeah,
from
yeah,
the side that doesn't do damage. You're fine.
If you were approaching it from the other
Yes.
side where the heat is being directed, I think that would
Absolutely,
be
but she's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're out. Okay. Anything else? Sir.
I would. Enters the wall for the first time on a turn.
Okay.
Sorry.
So you make a dex save, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're already resistant, and if you make it, then you take half damage anyway.
Yeah.
Take no damage.
Oh,
Correct.
sure.
15.
You fail.
So you take some damage.
But I'm resistant.
You will take a quarter of the damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you take
Yes.
half from evasion
Take
and then a further
and then
half.
half from fire. Yeah.
Or so it's not a quarter, it's half.
Oh,
twice.
wow. That's great. A quarter?
No, well, you have to half it twice.
Okay.
Because
So
that can
half
come to a
it and
different
then half it again.
Because it rounds
And we're
down.
rounding down.
Yeah.
3.
Hey!
That's 15 total.
So you just sort of like going over a hurdle. You just burst your way through the wall of flame and tear off into the woods behind.
Do I see that?
Yes, you would.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Did I see Alcyone and person unnamed?
No, you would not,
Okay.
because they're on the other side of the wall of fire, and they just
Yeah, unless you were looking directly down, you couldn't have
Okay.
seen that.
Yeah. Okay, anything else?
That's all I can do.
Okay, then that's going to bring us to Kashek.
I will transform into an owl
Ah, fantastic.
Yeah.
because I get 60 feet of flying speed.
Fantastic, and you're out of it.
Great.
Okay.
While Howard is in there, he will enter a rage. For what
Thank
it's
you.
worth.
Because you are currently the only one left in
For
there.
what it's worth, yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
For Hyros?
Yeah.
Yeah, he will attack.
Yeah, because we skipped that before. Go to now.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no point not going reckless. Also, he last stand. He knows he's by himself, but he also thinks that the discussion went so. Yeah. Anyway, 28 to hit.
Yes.
Great, that's comforting. The first is a total of 12 points of damage.
Okay.
Second attack, 25 to hit.
Yep.
That one is cocked. That one is 18 points of damage
Nice.
there.
Okay, yeah. Great. So you hack away at but still your axes sort of fall along this, like, the chest plate of which looks like an iron rib cage. And you kind of notice, like, maybe little rivulets of damage run across the rib cage of the armor, but you don't seem to be penetrating the armor itself.
You let your armor do the fighting for you.
Oh.
I let my rage do the killing.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, Hyros, I love you.
Okay.
Not mad.
That'll bring us back to Seren again.
To Surrie. Where are the others?
Alcyone left. Kashek's an owl. Hyros is still there.
I know Kashek is an owl.
I don't know what happened to Kashek, actually. I ran. Alcyone used a spell and got out with the other prisoner. I don't know what Kashek is. He and Hyros might still be in there.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't really have anything I can do except...
Book.
Get out.
I think y'all are covered.
Yeah.
Just need to get back in.
Then I'm gonna start booking it, I guess.
You do so. Into the forest behind.
And I'll dash, I guess I have 100 feet of movement.
Sure.
Actually, wait, I'm gonna use Step of the Wind. So I'm gonna dash as a bonus action on top of my regular movement. So I get
Triple movement.
Triple movement. So I can move 150 feet.
Yeah, you're out of there. You're fucking out of it.
Going.
Okay, great. Alcyone.
Whenever it's been Alcyone, she's going to Dimension Door back in, directly behind the cage.
Okay.
So that the cage is separating her. Nope.
Okay.
500 feet. She's got to know where it is, and the fact that she was just there,
Yeah.
you very much know where it is.
Definitely.
Yeah, that is action. And so she puts her hand on Hyros' shoulder. We're getting out of here in just a second.
Okay.
So as soon as
it's got to be her turn again.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That'll bring us to the Herald again.
Constitution save?
For the Moonbeam.
Yep.
She succeeds.
Okay.
She's got a nat 20. So she will take nothing, and she is going to attack Hyros since he's the only one left in the cage.
Yep.
I will have my pound of flesh.
Going to attack you.
Yeah, that's fair. She has advantage.
Yeah, she sure does. Yeah, she's going to connect with a 21.
Yep.
Okay, so that's going to be a... Let me just do it on the computer because I don't want to roll these dice every time.
Alcyone's there.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Okay.
As long as we can get past this round.
Ooh, that's... Okay. 35 points of bludgeoning damage.
Reduced to 17.
And then again... You feel sort of lifted off of your feet and slam into the cage behind you for an additional...
Mm-hmm. Was there a save with that or no?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes. Did I have you do one? Yes. Yeah.
Con.
Please do a Constitution saving throw. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's alright. For what it's worth, that's a natural 20 for a 27.
Yes, that's fine. Yes. So you feel the axe slam into you, and again, maybe the air sort of escapes your lungs, but you manage to hold your feet.
A good hit.
The air comes out and it goes.
No, that's mine. Take that back.
Right. And then she's going to do her second attack.
Yes, she has a couple of those. She has 3.
That's going to hit for an additional... Ooh, man, aren't you glad you brought Hyros back?
Yeah.
For an additional 39 points of bludgeoning damage.
Reduced to 19.
Another Constitution saving throw, please.
Yes, sir, young man. 1 second, please.
God, Alcyone's just on the other side of the cage watching
Yeah.
These hammer blows.
Yeah.
Oh God!
It
That's
sounded like you said that
awful!
directly to you.
That's
God,
so
she's just sitting there
awful.
watching.
I know. I'm aware.
Okay. It was a 7, not a 1.
Okay.
Don't worry. Yeah. Which makes it 14.
No!
Yeah,
okay,
that's
fly
gonna hurt.
into the wall of the cage again, taking an additional 24 force damage.
Yeah, that's 4. That's 12. Sorry, my bad.
And
That's 12.
and one more. Yeah, that's gonna hit. It's gonna be 29 force damage or bludgeoning damage,
Reduced to 14.
and another one more con saving throw, please.
Can do. 1 second, please. 16. No.
16?
Yeah.
Yes, that's enough. You do not again fly into the wall of the cage.
Oh.
That's the end of her turn. Which would bring us to... Yes, you're out in the woods somewhere.
Yeah.
Keep moving.
Anything? Keep moving.
Try to find my guy.
Nope, not moving until I see Alcyone and Iris again.
Okay. You're gonna end up...
They're gonna jet past them.
Yeah, you're gonna
past
end up
you.
in different parts of the woods, but we'll figure that out later. Okay, you stay still. How far did you get? You were like...
My
100
full
something?
movement, so
Yeah,
that would
plus a
only
dash.
be
90?
90 feet into the woods?
No, you bonus action.
It was just 60.
So you would have gotten 60 feet.
Okay, 60 feet out
So
of the
you
woods.
need to keep moving.
Your Taliesin is 500
Yeah.
feet out
Yeah.
of the woods. Okay. So you're just staying put?
No, I'll go towards Taliesin.
Keep going. Keep running into the woods. Okay.
Yeah, I'll do 60.
That'll bring us to
You should
Shaq.
full 90.
I'm going to
Bonus action
dash while flying.
Keep on going.
I'm now 180 feet away
I feel
from
like
the
I've
cage.
tried to do that before
Great.
and it wasn't allowed to double dash.
No, it's not. It would be 3 times your movement. Because I can do the same thing.
Yeah.
I thought I wasn't allowed to bonus action dash and action dash.
You can action movement and bonus action dash, which would be.
No.
You can't stack like that. No, if you dash, it just doubles your move.
I can
you
only
can't like
do-
move.
I can
and
only do
dash
60.
again.
Yes,
okay.
correct.
Yeah, no, that's not yet.
Well, then I only got 100 feet, not 150 feet last time.
That's fine.
Cool.
So you book it. Kashek, Innocent Owl, book it. That brings us to Hyros. Thoroughly bludgeoned.
But not down. Not nearly.
Certainly not.
nearly down.
Because he's our Hyros.
Yeah, is going to give as good as he gets. So maybe he's not. Shit. None that 20.
Yes.
It just
Yes.
hits. That's so stupid. 14 points of damage in the first hit.
Okay.
Kill another one, why not?
Yeah, right. Get 2 steps of power.
28 to hit on the second one.
Power.
No, this one's totally fine. Another 14 points of damage.
Guys, you know that thing that happens when I get really anxious where I
Yeah.
can't feel my hands?
Yeah.
Everything from. It's not as bad as it was during the vampire fight, but everything from the wrists down is completely numb.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of which, where's the boy?
He's in the Winky Weasel.
Yeah, he
Right.
hung back with
Good
nuance.
He's playing with somebody's
No.
world.
He's rolling with the tortoises.
He's playing with the coat rack, is what he's
Yeah,
doing.
that's what he's doing.
He's on
He's
top
bothering.
of it.
He's annoying the coat rack.
Yeah.
Anything else? Hyros.
Hyros is gonna stand there looking roguish, maybe wipe a smear of blood from the cover's mouth.
Absolutely, he
That's
will.
my dad.
Okay, that's the bottom. Back to Seren.
keep running.
Wipes the
Keep
smear
running.
blood
I'm
from
gonna follow
himself. Right
Surrie
out somewhere else.
if I see
Bullshit.
Give me a perception check.
I'm
Trying to find
follow
Surrie
it
in the
up
woods.
the
Yeah, yeah.
shul.
25. 7, 3. 23.
You said 25 and then 7 and 3. Those are very different numbers.
I have a 7 to my perception. I rolled a 16, and I can't do math.
23!
Checks out.
You're right the first time! What?
23!
23.
Yes, you find Surrie as you both are. Excuse me. Well,
No,
you know.
Surrie,
no.
yeah.
Surrie is
No.
here.
We're Surrie.
Yes.
We're
You
together.
find Surrie as you both are just kind of booking it through the woods. You managed to link up though.
You were right.
I'm fine. What about Hyros and Alcyone?
Did Alcyone not? I saw him. Was that
That's
all
where we are
Hyros?
next.
Yeah, Alcyone,
Well, I don't know. I can't see.
hands on Hyros in the back. We're gonna add this one, Dad. And we're going to go
God.
directly to the exact spot I left a fucking Taliesin.
Okay. Yeah, you do so.
Both of us.
You vanish, and as you feel the dimension door pull against you, the heat of the flaming wall and the screams of the herald echo in your mind as you again step through dimensions and find yourself in the quiet wood. And I think that's everybody out, yeah?
Yes.
Beetle! He came with me.
He can fly too.
He can.
Okay.
We're not entirely out of the woods yet.
No.
Okay, sure.
Because
let's-
there's still an entire war party of elves
That's fine. Let's
and 2 heralds.
let's keep going.
But you guys you're all roughly in the same place.
They could have kept moving.
Yeah,
to get-
right.
I'm into the split party startup.
Well, here's what we're gonna do. Everybody give me a survival check to see
Alright.
if we find each other. Everybody.
Well, we're together. Being
You two
scared.
are well, okay, so you two are together. If one of you wants to do it at advantage, that's fine.
I guess.
Hyros and Alcyone.
Didn't roll good.
I guess
You
that's
don't.
me.
You're all together, so just one of them.
Just
I
one.
wanted to roll.
Yep. You have Taliesin with you
Sounds
as well.
Great.
Um,
Is he good at survival?
He's very fatigued.
Great.
17 for Seri.
Okay, 17 for
And the Seri
Seren.
shippers go wild.
Yeah. 7 for Alcyone and Hyros.
Ooh, okay.
The underbows.
14.
Okay. You two find Kashak,
We're the furthest elbow, I
but
think.
you do not.
He's just a regular
see,
owl.
Yeah,
You do not see Alcyone, Hyros, and Taliesin. And we'll pick this up next week.